It's been that way.
All right, I was worried about you. Am I wrong to be worried about you?
I'm club-footed, you asswipe.
I didn't know what you were. I said there might be something wrong. I love when he called me an asswipe.
But it was great how Eric would say there's nothing wrong. Everything was wrong.
Right.
This is one of the things I really love about the show, because I think almost everyone else, and really everyone else, if you have somebody who's handicapped or has something that's uncomfortable to talk about, you just won't talk about it, and you'll just be nice to that person. You won't speak to them like a human being. You just kind of let them go about their lives and not give them any attention. But you know, that's like when people know each other, people are friends. They do talk about these things specifically, and you know, to get that kind of stuff out in the open on the show is rare, and one of the things that I really love. And you know, sometimes people are like, oh, we're making fun of Eric. It's like, yeah, of course, we're making fun of Eric. Everybody makes fun of everyone on the show. He's treated like anybody else on the show. And,
yeah.
Well, that was one of the things that I was most
He said plenty of times, and I'm pretty, that the show and Howard has the rights to make fun of him, but no fans have the right to make fun of him.
Well, he certainly fought that.
Well, you know what, Jimmy and Jan, that I woke up this morning, Bob Lefsetz, who writes this column that I really like, he wrote a whole column on Eric the actor, and it was really touching. And he was talking about this point, that he learned more about Eric's, bathroom habits. Eric was very open, and Jimmy makes the point, too, that handicapped people, you really, they're sort of like untouchables. You don't know what's going on with them. People
Everybody's
avoid
afraid to do anything.
And Eric would really say, here, I jerk off, I roll onto the bed, I do that. Eric had a lot of pride, but also he was willing to talk about just how difficult his life was. Like he said, my last conversation with him, he was like, yeah, I bathe myself, but Jan has to help me with this and that. In fact, my last conversation was about you, Jan, because he was so upset that his parents were now going to be taking care of him.
Can I please say this last thing?
Okay.
It's Jan's last week of being here. He's going to leave on the 21st or 22nd.
Who's going to take care of you?
Who's going to help you? Yeah.
My parents.
Oh, that sucks.
Wow. We'll probably never hear from you again then.
What do you mean your parents?
Oh, no. I'll still call in.
Doesn't Jan bathe you and drive you and do everything?
The driving part, yes.
Oh, he doesn't bathe you?
No, I pretty much handle that myself.
Oh, okay.
Well, where's Jan going?
Yeah, well, why is he leaving?
He's got to do what he does for me for his parents in Arkansas.
Jan is a good dude. All right. Well, anyway, Jimmy, I like that you called in because I knew how big a fan you were of.
Yeah.
Can I ask you?
Well, thank you for bringing Eric to us, and Jan, thanks for taking care of him. And I guess I'm going to go my pillow now and in tribute to Eric.
That's the best tribute you could give, Jimmy, if you just would lay down on your bed. Instead of jerking off on your back, jerk off on your stomach.
I'm going.
That would be the way. What is it?
I was going to ask you and Jimmy, did either of you cry at any point this weekend when thinking about Eric?
Did I cry? I didn't cry, but I got really, really sad.
Me too. I had weird feelings of going from, first of all, I didn't necessarily believe it because I thought it might be some kind of a publicity stunt, and I was hoping that was the case. I was searching the internet. Some guy posted that Eric had favorited a tweet the night before, and I thought, oh, well, if he did that, he has to be alive.
It was a porn tweet, by the way, too.
Yeah, I didn't believe, by the way, I didn't believe that he had died at first, and I know Jimmy was looking for information, and I said, I don't know, this could be an elaborate hoax that Eric set up, just to,
I hope it still is, I really do.
Yeah, Jan, if you told us it was a hoax, we'd be happy.
Jimmy,
yes.
That was me on Saturday night. We announced it yesterday, but on Saturday night, where there was no fake ones about it, I went on his page and favorited some stuff. Because we were trying to keep it from off the internet till the weekend. So I told Howard.
Okay.
So that's because as soon as Eric had no activity on Twitter for 30 minutes, he was.
Wow. Well, all right, Jimmy, Jan. Jan, first of all, I want to thank you for calling in and telling us about Eric's final moments.
Let me tell you one more thing. Johnny will probably call in and talk about this too. If you pull up real quick, one thing that's kind of, I guess you could say, eerie, on the Facebook page for the one of his fans page on Facebook, he's sitting in front of Johnny's elevator, and there's angels on Johnny's elevator sitting above his head in the picture.
Do I have that picture?
Johnny has angels on his elevator?
Yeah. Pull up, and his initials. Pull up Eric's main Facebook page.
Okay. I'll definitely check that out. That's kind of eerie. All right, Jan, listen, I know how painful this is for you. You were closest to Eric, and you took such good care of him, and I got to tell you something. If there is a heaven, you're going to it, Jan. You can be sure of that. You're a good man. Jimmy Kimmel, you're a good man, too. You have a TV show, I understand. It's on at 11:30 at night. Everybody should tune in
You've
tonight.
heard of this?
I really only called in for a plug.
That's all Jimmy wants. Jimmy, by the way, will be flying with balloons on the Jimmy Kimmel show tonight in honor of Eric. He's going to actually fly out and deliver the entire monologue as he is floating into the sky.
There's another Wack Packer that wants to go on Jimmy's show. You know about this?
Who is this?
Underdog.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Jimmy, you've been following that?
There are no other Wack Packers as far as I'm concerned.
Today, you're right.
You're right. That's the perfect tribute. All right, Jimmy, Jan, thank you. I'm going to go take a commercial break. We've been talking about Eric for an hour, 14 minutes, and I suspect we'll be talking about him a lot more because I see our phones are filled with people who want to speak about him. Jan, thank you for reflecting with us. Jimmy Kimmel, Eric's #1 fan, thank you.
Take care.
You're welcome, and thank you.
Bye-bye, guys. There they go. Jan.
I can't believe Jimmy didn't cry. Jimmy cries over everything.
Jimmy cried over John Ritter. I would think if anyone was going to cry on the air about Eric, would be Jimmy.
Yeah.
Is anyone willing to cry on the air about Eric?
I thought I would. I lost a little bit on Saturday night.
Marianne, are you crying?
Yes, I was, Howard. I cried all night and all morning, and little Mikey wrote a song that if it doesn't make you get down on your knees and cry, but my cry turned to anger, Robin. I mean, how do you not know that it was trending on Twitter that Eric died?
I don't follow all of this stuff. I'm not living the life of a social media person. Sorry.
It's not a day to argue, but Howard, you gave him so much joy. In fact, I would be afraid to say, anything like Eric did to you, and you know that, and he said it to you, and, that was what we loved about him. He spoke the truth. Jan took such good care of him, and I just don't believe it. It's like,
All right, Marianne, thank you.
It's so sad, Howard. Howard, we know how much you really loved him and how much he meant to you. Robin, I don't know. It's going to trend. Robin doesn't know what's going on in the news.
All right, Marianne.
You're right, I don't.
It always comes back to Robin.
Robin, get my number. You can call me. I'll give you all information if you need it.
Robin, you're disgraceful. Thank you.
Oh, my God.
How did Robin not know about Eric the actor?
For the record, Robin cried at Veg Fest when she was stuck there.
Oh, stop.
I'd cry if I was at Veg Fest.
Me too, like a baby.
Yeah, I don't even want to ask Robin at Fest. That's how crazy it is.
One exciting thing at Fest.
I got the confirmation that Eric was, and it's weird. I went and jerked off.
What?
Yeah.
People mourn in different ways, I guess.
That's how I deal with grief. Yeah, I went on YouPorn and watched and I said, I'm upset right now. This is horrible. But I feel like jerking off. And I wasn't going to deny myself jerking off because that's our right as American citizens.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I watched this was great, fake agent porn where this girl, really hot blonde, is running an agency and a guy comes in and she seduces him because she convinces him to be in porn.
The dialogue's the best part of those.
The best. Oh, my God. And the guy's like, I don't know. I don't want to get into porn, this and that. She goes, come on. And then she sits down next to him, starts rubbing his cock, and he's like, all right, I'll get into porn. And it is so great. And I came right when she was blowing him, so I didn't even get to see the ending.
I like when they go, look, they just have to see on video that I can finesse, and then you'll get the job.
And big money.
Right.
But
it's always big money, huh?
No, I was laying in bed last night. I'm watching TV. I couldn't get to sleep, and I realized it was because of Eric. Like, I was just, kind of upset that Eric was gone, and it really hit me hard when I laid down. I was watching Ray Donovan, which is such a great show. Oh, my God.
I know. That show is so crazy.
Oh, my God. I love that show so much. Ray Donovan. And
see our boy Jay Thomas on there?
Yeah, Jay.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, Jay was great. And it was just like... Then it just I turned off the TV and I realized why I couldn't sleep. I was like, oh, Eric, he's gone. It really hit me hard. I mean, everyone's dropping like flies, and I hate being left. I'm so mad at Eric for leaving. They should have.
You know what? There were many times, Eric gave us a little scare not too long ago saying he might have to go into the hospital, and we were so worried. And, when he said no, that wasn't, necessary, they were going to give him another 6 months before they evaluated the situation again. We thought we had more time.
Yeah.
You know, he used to fight with a lot is Jeff the Drunk. And Jeff and him, there was a great, we use it for a bumper, but inside the actor's studio, when they go back and forth and answer the same 10 questions,
great.
And they get at it,
Eric was upset because Johnny Fratto was starting to represent Jeff the Drunk because Jeff was willing to take gay roles and Eric wasn't.
And that's the other thing. Literally 2 weeks ago, I'm having this argument with him where he's like, I want the homophobic stuff to stop.
What does this mean? On Twitter right now, bye for now is number 2. What do they mean, number 2?
The hashtag bye for now is trending. It's number 2 on Twitter right now.
Bye for now. Oh, that was Eric's favorite phrase, bye for now. And, Eric resisted bye for now. That was his catchphrase, and it was really catching on, actually. It was really impressive.
Yeah, as soon as we started to notice it, he stopped doing it.
Yeah, we loved it. And then, as soon as as Robin says, as soon as I like bye for now, then Eric wouldn't do bye for now. It was always bye for now. What was that?
He just went bye. Couldn't even do his catchphrase.
Where's your catchphrase?
Not gonna do it.
Oh, he's holding out the catchphrase.
You dropped your catchphrase?
Yep.
Why?
Are people teasing you about that, too?
Yeah, they're using that in our messages.
Bye for now. Don't drop your catchphrase.
You stick with it.
Now say your catchphrase.
All right, bye for now.
Gotham.
All right. Okay, my goodness, critics say there's a lot of buzz around the new Fox series Gotham, and it seems to be on everybody's must-watch list. Gotham is a Batman prequel from Fox and DC Comics that features Bruce Wayne as a kid and follows him as he grows up to become the greatest superhero of all time. Gotham also tells the untold story of how legendary supervillains like Penguin, the Riddler, and Catwoman got their start. Gotham stars Southland's Ben McKenzie as Detective Gordon before he became Commissioner Gordon. Jada Pinkett Smith also stars as an amazing new villain, a mobster named Fish Mooney. Critics say this is her career-defining performance. This pilot is hailed as one of the year's best, and it looks like a movie. I love when shows are shot well. If you even half-liked any Batman movie ever, you'll be all in from the very start. Gotham premieres Monday at 8 o'clock, 7 Central on Fox, followed by the season premiere of last year's breakout hit, Sleepy Hollow. Don't miss Gotham, premiering tonight at 8 o'clock, 7 Central, only on Fox.
Hey, yo, check this out. This is Flavor Flav, and you are listening to The Howard Stern Show.
Hello?
Hello, is this Mark?
Yes, it is. Who is this, please?
This is Mark.
Mark? No, who?
I'm related to you. I just got kicked out of my house. Can I stay with you for a few days?
I got my aunt living with me, and we're already in 3 adults in like 2 rooms, 2 bedrooms. I can't help you now, and
Your family is supposed to help me.
I'm not home. I'm in traffic.
I'm in front of your house with my sleeping bag.
Please call me later in the day. I'm stuck in traffic following...
Do you mind if I see your backyard? I got it real bad.
You don't seem to understand. I can't talk to you now, period.
I had a big burrito out of the garbage. I'm myself.
I'm in bumper-to-bumper traffic.
I don't know if you're stuck in traffic. I didn't take a dump, asshole.
No, I'm in the car. I don't know if you could hear
If
me.
you don't let me move there, I'm going to show you.
I'm not even going to talk to you.
If I shit my pants, you're paying for my dry cleaning, asshole.
Goodbye.
You made me myself. Give me toilet paper in the backyard in the garage.
Coming to Broadway, Eric the Actor's Tweets, the opera. Live.
All right, a couple of memories of Eric. We've spent an hour and a half on Eric, and I would gladly spend another hour and a half because he deserves it. Yes, Johnny Frado.
You know, the impact will really hit me when, after a while, I realize we're never going to hear an Eric call. It'll never pop up again where we say, well, Eric the Actor's on the phone.
Johnny Frado, you're on with Yam. Yes.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad. And, you know, it's a weird, because of the way he acted, you know, it almost, I mean, we should have all kind of been prepared for this, but we weren't. Because he acted like he was bulletproof, you know?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
I knew he was ill, and I knew that he wouldn't last long, and he had defied all of the doctor's predictions. But at the same point, I always thought that Eric would just beat the odds and live forever.
Yeah, but you know what, Howard, you were the medicine. Howard Stern Show was the medicine, and I believe that you guys extended his life. And obviously, I mean, no question, no one could argue that you gave him a great life. You gave him a better life, really, than a lot of people that aren't afflicted.
People used to say to me, are you making fun of Eric? I go, no. I said, I treat Eric like everyone else. I do not want to treat him differently. And I think Eric liked that. I think Eric liked mixing it up.
But you provided a lot of things for him to do, and those were the things that he loved, and that's what kept him alive. But the reality is, and when I laughed, you know, because he would be always after one of you, and it would be Robin, or it would be you, or it would be Fred with the noises, or Gary, you know, or Will.
Gary, yeah.
Something wrong on the phone. And, you know, he would call me, and he would always, you know, he was always going to get even, or he was always going to beat you.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, I think this is why I stuck around, because, you know, here's a kid that, like you said earlier, I mean, he can't walk, he can't use his hands, he can't make a sandwich, for Christ's sake.
Right.
Or use the restroom, or take a bath. But here he is with confidence that it doesn't even, where did it come from? Where did all that confidence come from? Where did the courage come from, you know?
So you stuck around with Eric because you stuck around with Eric because I think you genuinely liked him. I think you were fascinated by him.
Howard, I wanted to hate him so badly.
Right.
I really, truly did, and I ended up loving the kid.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm heartbroken.
Yeah, me too. I love when he told you
he was entitled. He was entitled from, you know, if you want to believe in. I think this was some kind of an evil ruler in another time. Going back to Earth, and this is what you're going to be, because the body didn't fit the brain.
Right.
What was going on in the brain didn't fit in the body.
There's so much,
me and John for Glock.
There's so much suffering going on in the world, and this is a guy who really, no matter how much he was suffering, you're right, he was like Genghis Khan. I mean, he was going to conquer the world.
He did not care, and he didn't care, and he didn't see himself as handicapped. So when he saw girls, we'd be pushing him down the street, and he would immediately say, "Wheel me up to that girl," and he would do his best.
I really love that. Johnny, I do want to say, before I run out of time, Johnny, I do want to say this to you, and Jan is numero uno, and you're numero two, because you... really, it was so great that you acted as his manager, and you took his calls, and you treated him seriously, and you would make arrangements for him. I mean, it was a major pain in the ass in Johnny's life. Johnny's got a family, and he runs a business and all that. And to sit there and take incessant, one phone call after another, over and over and over again from little Eric.
Oh, Howard, you had no idea. I mean, hundreds, really sometimes 40, 50 calls a day.
Wow.
And any time of the day or night, he didn't care that Johnny had a life, a business. Any time of the day or night, and then he would do time limits on everything. Like, in other words, like he wanted to get late, and he knew he couldn't go to the bunny ranch, and I didn't know that. I heard it on your show, but then he talked about the altitude, but I heard that first, and I'm thinking, are you kidding me? I mean, now it's like, I have to find sea level to get you.
That's not hard enough.
It was always like some impossible thing, and then he would put a time on it. Like, you got 2 hours to do this, or you got 3 hours to do this.
Hey, he knew he was running out of time, so he had to definitely put a time limit on it. That's it. Johnny, thank you. Johnny, thank you, and Jan, thank you if you're on the line there. And guys, Johnny, I thought it was great the way you had interaction with Eric, and I know you are heartbroken. I know he was you considered him family. I know that.
I loved him.
I know.
And the guy on the phone here, this Jan.
Yeah.
That's a man's man. That's a man's man, Howard. The way he took care of this kid.
Right.
That I never see nobody care so much.
Well, ever. You're absolutely right. That's
no one will ever do that for me, I promise you.
I feel that about Jan, and I feel Eric was a bit heartbroken because he loved Jan so much. And I got to tell you, Jan, you're a stand-up dude, and I really mean that, and I think the world of you. And Johnny, same. And now maybe you can finally pay attention to your kids now that Eric is gone. If anything good comes out of this, Johnny will now pay attention to his kids because he was more wrapped up in Eric's life than his own children.
Oh, the other thing, I don't know if you guys could tell when he called into the show, the other thing he was super stressed and worried about was the surgery. He was pretty sure it was going to happen in November, and nobody knew what the outcome of that would be.
Maybe if they'd done that surgery, maybe he could have lived a little longer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Howard, I don't think he would have ever made it to it.
No, because he was so sick.
He was way too frail. I think he was way too frail.
Yeah. All right, Jan. Let us know how you're doing from time to time. Johnny, of course, we'll hear from you. And thanks, guys. And I'm so sorry that Eric's gone. All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Bye. Thank you again.
Right. Well, there they are. The two guys closest to Eric, Jan and Johnny Fratto, who was his longtime manager, believe it or not.
Some of those negotiations were priceless as well, that Johnny would have to go through for Eric's various activities.
I should have asked Jan. I mean, who's going to clean out Eric's stuff? Like what happens to Eric's chair? What happens to Eric's memorabilia? All his little, his A's, his beloved A's, the hats.
Yeah, and I think he collected a lot of autographs and all of that stuff.
Like, what are they doing with all that? I wonder if Jan's a part of that.
Well, he said he was staying there a week longer. He's probably helping.
Yeah. Well,
I wonder what the WWE is feeling. They've lost one of their biggest supporters.
Eric Lynch, Eric the actor. Some knew him as Eric the midget. He didn't like that, so we changed it to Eric the actor. But he complained, and he was great. He was no bigger than 4 feet tall, but boy, oh boy, did he have a big presence on this show. And he He didn't have the looks, he didn't have the strong body, but he had a mind on his shoulders that I think people will never forget. And he really did teach us a lot.
I love that Johnny said he'd have them roll him right up to any beautiful woman he saw, and he'd take his shot.
That's right. He tried to find things in life that mattered to him and go after them, and Eric lived life. You know, most of us wouldn't have the balls to ask for a free pass to a whorehouse, but Eric did. And maybe that was the secret to life. Who knows?
Look, who demands to be on TV shows and then gets his way?
Always got his way. You know, Eric needed a lot of help. He really did. He needed my help getting acting jobs. He needed help from the government getting oxygen and medical supplies. He needed Jan, of course. He needed Johnny. He needed his parents. He needed free stuff from Amazon. But, I mean, he had a wish list for some of the most ridiculous shit you've ever seen. He wanted, on his wish list, for real, the big book of boobs, an Eric Chavez action figure from the Oakland A's. He wanted a case. That's 24 bottles of Dr. Brown's cream soda. He wanted every flavor and size of Gatorade that you can imagine. He wanted pellet pistols, blank guns.
Pellet. That's right. He loved guns.
What's a Little Debbie zebra cake? He wanted that, too. I don't even know that.
It's a brand of cake. Little Debbie's is a brand.
He even wanted batting gloves, and I don't know why. He was in a wheelchair. I don't get it.
Going on the batting cage.
Yeah. And even more bizarrely, he wanted the Sony headphones, the Simon Cowell edition Sony headphones.
The Simon Cowell edition.
Yeah. Some knew him as Eric this, Eric that. We'll know him as Eric the Angel now. We're going to change his name. Eric the Little Belligerent Angel.
Well, now we're getting quite a few representatives up there from our Wack Pack.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've lost quite a few people.
Would you say that Eric, Gary and I were just talking about this, would you say that Eric was Hank the Angry Dwarf a bigger impact on the show, or Eric?
Oh, wow.
That's a tough one.
That's a good question.
I said possibly Eric. I mean, Hank, was right up there.
Hank was amazing.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I think I'm calling that even.
Right. Well, I want to thank Kelly Clarkson this morning because she's the reason I found Eric.
Yes.
Eric
Thank
was
goodness
in love
you
with
called her fat.
That's right. If I hadn't called her fat,
we'd have never met Eric.
The ball never would have started. The ball never would have started rolling. He was 85 pounds. And I think anywhere between 3 and 3.5 feet tall. I never really figured it out. But you can't judge a book by its cover. Because too often in life, we pass by little guys like that in wheelchairs, or we give them a tap on the head or something, treating them like they're 3 years old. And Eric didn't want any of that. He had a rich life, and it was filled with bitterness and triumph and agony and all that kind of stuff. And through his own little devices, Jimmy Kimmel became friends with him, and Natalie Maines adored him, and Hollywood producers and directors put him in TV shows, and his obituaries even in Variety magazine and Us magazine.
Yeah. Zac Efron called him out for the Ice Bucket Challenge. Look at that.
And like Joan Rivers, even though, when Joan Rivers died, it was a shock to us. Even though we knew, she was 81 years old, how much longer could she live? And like with Eric, you knew he wasn't going to live forever, but it still comes as a shock that he's,
yeah.
It really
and it's
does.
just like Johnny Fratto said, it was because he always fought back with such a vengeance. He never seemed or sounded frail. He didn't feel frail. And so we always believed he'd be around.
God, he loved wrestling. I don't think there was much left on his bucket list. He did get out and do a lot of stuff. We even got him laid.
He went to the matches. He met the wrestlers. And he did. He got laid. He had never had that experience before encountering this show.
That's right. I also loved how delusional he was. We were having Jonah Hill on the show, and he actually sent us a direct message that was, I know Jonah Hill's coming on, and that he's a fan of mine. If he wants to talk, please call me. That was a message from Eric about Jonah Hill. I don't know that Jonah Hill ever called, though. Who knows?
I don't know, but Jonah did remember him.
Yep. And I guess Eric's last acting job is Brickleberry. Brickleberry. He's on the cartoon.
Oh, yes. And you know what? Last week, wasn't Yucko calling to say they might cut Eric out of the show?
Yes. I got annoyed with Yucko for that. I said, you knew what Eric sounded like. Don't cut him out. What, it shocks you that Eric speaks the way he does?
Terrible.
Come on.
You know what we didn't play? Remember those times we would have an American Idol contestant that he was a fan of call him and try talking with him?
Oh, man, there's so many things I could have played. I played a bunch of stuff this morning, but, I could play you 3,000 tapes, 3,000 hours. Well, as the days and weeks go by, we will remember Eric. But my favorite story was Eric and the werewolves in New Mexico, so that's, we all have our own favorite moments. Let me see if there's anything else. There was a bunch of fans on the phone. I'll get to them as much as I possibly can. I do have to take another break, though, first, and we'll be back right after. Richard is doing a dance out there over it. He's very excited. He hasn't calmed down in 3 days. There's other things on people's minds besides Eric the actor. We'll try to get to those as well. But, Wolfie, I see you've been on the phone all morning. What do you want to say about Eric the actor?
Hey, Howard. I just wanted to say I'm really bummed. Eric was just a really good dude. I was actually talking to him a lot over the past 2 months over the telephone, and just the kind of stuff that he would share. He had a big heart, and I know he was really mad about Gary and denying that Eric contributed to ALS, but Eric even told me about other charities that he gave to, so he really was a good guy.
Right. All right, Wolfie. Thank you.
Yeah, he gave me some facts about just his general routine, and I was always curious if you'd be interested to know about some of that stuff that he did on a daily basis.
Sure, go ahead.
How many times per day do you think Eric brushed his teeth?
I'm going to say he probably wasn't that fastidious. I'm going to say 3 times a day.
Now, 1 time per day.
That's it.
Yep, he said he was just really bad about remembering that thing.
He would do it in the morning?
He didn't say when, because he only woke up around noon every day, so I would guess it would be later on in the afternoon.
How did that come up in conversation? You just asked him?
Yeah, I was talking to him for a while, and then he would just start saying stuff, and I'm like, man, I got to document this and remember it, so I would just kind of write down interesting things. Like, what do you think Eric's greatest fear in life was?
Drowning.
No, venomous snakes.
Not werewolves?
No, not werewolves. And that always cracked me up, because when would Eric ever encounter a venomous snake?
Well, maybe when he went to New Mexico to tape In Plain Sight.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that was his fear.
Yeah, he's just a fascinating guy. The stuff that he would come up with would always...
Yeah, give me more. This is good, Wolfie.
Okay, if Eric could have any career of an actor, which actor would he want?
Johnny Depp.
Not even close.
Let me think. Jack Nicholson.
No, it'd be The Rock.
Think about the things that Eric is into, though, and that'll help you.
What about Robin says The Rock? Maybe that's it.
Nope.
Who is it?
Matthew Perry.
Oh, my God, from Friends?
Matthew Perry?
And the reason was he was in a movie called The Whole 9 Yards, where he stood in a room with Amanda Peet when she was naked. So he got to see that. That's why Eric would want his career.
That's the kind of thinking that I loved about Eric. Like, he didn't think about the roles of a lifetime or anything. He thought about, like, standing in a room naked with Amanda Peet.
Yeah, he was a guy's guy. He really was.
Yeah. What else you got there? Anything else?
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch. What was Eric's favorite fast food restaurant?
I'm going to say Wendy's. I got to get one of these right.
Taco Bell.
It's a place you guys used to love.
Roy Rogers?
Roy Rogers?
Oh, actually, no, sorry. It was Arby's. Arby's was his favorite.
Yeah, we didn't love Arby's.
No, we didn't. No, Arby's wasn't our thing.
What did he get? What did he get? The roast beef sandwich?
He liked the hot ham and Swiss, the chicken bacon and Swiss, the chicken cordon bleu, the curly fries, mozzarella sticks, onion rings, and chicken strips. Those are all.
Oh my goodness!
Didn't he at one point? Wasn't he following on Twitter some of the fast food restaurants like McDonald's?
Yeah, I believe he was, yeah.
And, a part of, Cinnabon. Cinnabon he followed. But what you know, it's funny. You'd think Eric would have been a little bit more of a healthy eater, but I guess he didn't give a shit.
How many times per week did he eat fast food?
You know, he wasn't in actual good shape for a little guy 3 foot tall. I mean, he wasn't fat. How many times a week did he eat fast food? This has got to be a big number.
He told me on average.
7 times.
3 times.
Yeah, I bet you it was 7.
But what did he eat otherwise? Did Jan cook?
I know what his favorite snack food was.
Well, I'm going to say, Pringles?
You got it right.
You're kidding. I knew that.
How did you know that?
From his Amazon wish list.
Yeah, that was his favorite snack food.
No wonder Eric had stomach problems. Eating all that shit.
Yeah, Jan was talking about how he had stomach problems. Listen to what he ate.
Yeah, if I was taking care of Eric, I'd just be like, well, Eric, why don't you stop eating all that shit?
What was his favorite food overall?
I'm going to say some Italian dish, either pizza or spaghetti.
Nope, bacon.
Oh, wow.
He did not hesitate. He loved bacon.
You know, I was thinking as you're talking, as bad as Eric's diet was, I'm realizing now JD would probably drop 20 pounds if he ate as well as Eric. Because I watched what JD eats, and it's unbelievable.
Oh.
Yeah, but those I could go on, but those are a few of the good ones. And the other thing that he told me that when he was in high school, it just kind of shows you the kind of guy he was, that he was the highest earner in this charity competition that they have. And the thing that cracked me up, the competition was called a mathalon. So whoever answered the most math questions correctly got the most money for charity, and Eric won that.
That can't be true.
That's what I could not believe that he could. I don't know how he.
Either that or all the kids in his school were morons.
What, did they get the test beforehand and it was open book or something?
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, he was an amazing guy, and
right.
You treated him really well. I know he liked you. He didn't like Gary very much, but he did like you.
Yeah, Gary was his enemy. Did you? Yeah. You know, it's interesting. What do you have, a file on everybody? I mean, because you're like a creepy stalker, Wolfie.
No, this was like I said. I only started talking to him maybe 2 months ago, and just as he was saying stuff, it was just fascinating.
Did you?
How did you wind up talking to him?
But you take notes, right? And then you.
I took notes on that, but I felt guilty about it. Like I never called in with it,
right?
Because I didn't want to. I felt like that was kind of betraying his trust. I didn't want to do that, but yeah. But now.
Why were you talking to him?
Just I hooked up with him from another guy from the show. He gave me his contact information, and we started talking.
You know, Wolfie has a full-time job, which is unbelievable because you know he's got so much time.
Well, okay, Howard, the only time you could talk to Eric would want me to call him at midnight my time.
Right.
because that's, outside of his nap or TV schedule. So, yeah, late at night, every now and then I'd give him a call.
He didn't DVR? He would just, watch TV in real time?
I guess not. I don't know to that level, but that's what he said. He would always say, yeah, give me a call at midnight.
What facts do you have on speech impediment, man? Do you have any?
Nah, I don't know him.
Okay, all right. Well, try to find out.
He'll be calling you later with his contact information.
All right, Wolfie, thank you for remembering Eric.
Yeah, good guy. Thanks, Howard.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye for now. That's how we should end. Bye for now. Using Eric's catchphrase.
Now, the Howard Stern Show ends, and the wrap-up show begins. Welcome to the wrap-up show.
The wrap-up show.
A recap and behind-the-scenes look at the Stern Show. Call in
888-STERN-100.
The wrap-up show with John Hein and Gary Delabate. Wrap-up show.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Howard Stern Wrap-Up Show. I'm John Hein, joined as always by Gary Delabate.
Hello, hello.
And
or should I be like Entertainment Tonight and go, hello, hello? Do like a sad in and out intro
for Eric. We'll get there. And also joined by J.D. Harmeyer. Good morning, J.D.
It's a okay morning, but hello.
Thanks for keeping the momentum going. 888-STERN-100, 888-783-7610. That's how you join us on the wrap-up show, where, as you know, all we do is talk about whatever Howard wanted to talk about. And a lot of that, of course, was the memory of Eric the actor. We're going to take a lot of calls today, talk about our memories of Eric, how he affected the show, how he has hit His impact really on Hollywood, because you've been reading about his death in Variety and Hollywood Reporter and a bunch of different magazines, and a lot of celebrities have been weighing in on Eric's death too. So we'll get into that, and also who is sounding the clarion of death, as we like to call it. I'll explain that later. The Street says that looking at webcam girls is cheating, so J.D. Harmeyer is a cheater.
Hey.
Well, I'm just saying that's what the Street says.
Yeah.
Benji crashes the Goodell press conference. Howard contemplates returning to AGT. Once again, Gary, it sounds like he may be heading back. Did you get a feeling for that at all?
Well, I got a feeling that the answer wasn't no way. Now it's like maybe. And that was a lot different than it was a month or two ago, so we'll see how it goes.
And Howard doesn't understand those who are obsessed with big asses, which is another reason why you're down here, J-Day.
Or meat.
Or meat, yes.
Which I like both of.
Yeah, didn't you go to some bacon place this weekend?
I did.
Where'd you go to?
It was suggested by the girlfriend, a place called Bar Bacon.
And what goes on there?
Bacon is usually involved with everything that's there. But it was good. It was all right. I did chicken and bacon quesadilla. A little spicy. A little too spicy for my liking, but,
Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
Branching out a little bit. We'll be joined later in the program by John Laberman, who did a great job last week for me. So thank you, John, for doing such a great job and keeping the chair warm. 888-STERN-100, 888-783-7610. And let's talk about Eric. The hashtag Bye For Now is topping Twitter this morning.
And Eric the Actor, actually.
It's everywhere. But I have to tell you guys, when I found out about this, I was skeptical. And then I ended up hoping it was some kind of mastermind plan that Eric had, some kind of hoax. And then when it finally hit that he had passed away, I was really saddened. And whether and I know Eric is a very polarizing figure. Either you loved him on the show or hated him on the show, but he had an impact. He had a heck of an impact. And his 39 years, which were more than anyone expected, he definitely lived his life to the fullest, meaning as full as he could, considering his handicaps.
Yeah, again, for me, I know I had an up and down relationship with him, but I will say this, because I don't want to be one of those disingenuous people who's now like, oh my God, I loved him so much. Yeah. We definitely had an up and down relationship, but I will say I never said we shouldn't have him on the air. I always thought we should have him on the air. He just irritated me from time to time, but people loved him, and that was the one thing I got out of it. The love wasn't always returned, but people loved him. Even if he didn't love him back.
Is it fair to categorize your relationship with him as a love-hate relationship, though?
No, because I didn't hate him. He just got under my skin. I didn't have hatred for him, but he did piss me off, and I would bust his balls. And, he would mix it up with me, and I would mix it up back with him. And he always, I think Jan sort of hit it on the head today. Like, even his relationship with Gonzo, I think he liked the fight. He enjoyed fighting.
Oh yeah.
I think that was part of, he enjoyed the fight, and sadly I enjoyed fighting with him.
Yeah, I mean, JD, I think that was part of his essence and probably helped him get through each day. He lived for the combat, if you will.
He loves the fighting. He loved playing a role. He loved playing any sort of role. He's big into wrestling, big into acting. And any sort of quote unquote role he could take on, even if it meant being a bad guy, he'll take it.
But that brings up a really good point, because there were times when he would be so, in my mind, so wrong about something that I would say, well, this has to be a bit. He has to be playing a part. And then I would dig deeper, and it just never seemed like he was.
Sometimes I think he was.
I don't think he was a lot of the time.
Oh, well,
what do you think he meant to Howard?
Well, I know Howard loved picking up his call. He was a super important part of the show, and I think Howard really genuinely liked him. Howard, you would always, like Howard said this morning, he would always say, Gary, calm down. That's what makes him funny, is that he doesn't, appreciate stuff, and he can sometimes be ungrateful. But I don't think Howard ever found those qualities in him. Howard just liked him as a person on the air. He's interesting.
Well, in the first hour of the show, Jan called in and really spent the whole hour on the phone talking to Howard about what happened and Eric's impact, and here's a little bit of that.
But I sense that Eric, as much as he didn't like Gonzo, I think Eric liked the three-ring circus of guys like Gonzo with him all the time. Jan, am I wrong about this?
Oh, no, he liked the fighting part.
Yeah.
But he hated the people that he was fighting with.
See, that's very interesting. He loved fighting, but he didn't like who he was fighting with. And when Gonzo...
So that means he probably hated me, but he didn't like fighting with me.
Yes. Congratulations.
That's awesome.
And when Gonzo called in and tried to give a sort of sincere condolence, Jan was having no part of that. None at all.
No.
I'm with Jan on that. I mean, again, you got to be upfront. You know, just because the guy died, you can't change your tune. I remember I was in high school, and there was a guy that we all went to high school with, and we just didn't like him. And he died, and, you know, when we were in college, and we were sitting around, and we're like, poor Joe. And then my friend goes, Joe's an asshole. And we were all like, oh my God. He goes, he was an asshole 5 minutes ago. He didn't get better because he died. So, I mean, I think you have to be true to what you think about a person without being disrespectful.
Mm-hmm. Now, we were made aware of this in different ways over the weekend, but coming in this morning, we sort of knew what had happened. Robin, however, was at Veg Fest and wasn't up on it. Now, I don't know if you can blame Robin for that necessarily, because she's very busy and there's, you know, a lot going on. But were you surprised that she didn't know that this had happened?
Well, you gave me an opportunity. Robin's not high on my list right now because I really am bothered by something that happened today.
Well, what was that?
I really am bothered by this. I'm going to say this.
Oh.
She sent an email to Howard saying that she saw me on AGT, and you can't miss those teeth. Now, that's not a joke for the air. That's just the joke to take a poke at me in an email.
It's like a Jackie thing.
Yeah, it's like a Jackie thing. And by the way, nobody else, none of the listeners tweeted, "Hey, saw Gary." So, like, to make it sound like Rob made it sound like the whole world saw my teeth, and it stopped the show.
So did she send you one email and Howard a different email?
Yeah. Yeah, I got the left side, Howard got the right side.
And you were made aware of this morning when you heard it on the air, basically?
Yeah. She sent me a note asking me about something. She said, "Hey, saw you on AGT." I said, that's the only way I knew that I was even in the shot.
Does that come as a surprise to you that she would do that, or anybody around here? Because
No, it's not a surprise, but
other people around here send emails that are very similar to different people.
But when you hear them, they don't sting any less.
And you and Robin have been good lately, right? I mean, for the past few years, so...
And we still are good. I just saying that bothered me.
Okay. Well, I can understand why that would bother you. JD, does Gary have the right to be bothered by this?
Sure. I mean, if, someone tells me one thing and then, next, they add a little more details to someone else, non-flattering details. Yeah. I feel the same way.
And Howard was relishing this conversation, no doubt.
He goes, Robin, let's call a spade a spade. Let's say what you really said in the email. I'd like, so he threw her under the bus, for good measure. So it works on like 7 levels.
Okay, so Robin was at Veg Fest, and I don't even know what that was, but now she comes into the Eric loop, and then really the first 2 hours of the show were spent remembering Eric, and, but the thing that hit me was how he impacted so many different people at so many different levels, I mean, Jimmy Kimmel, who called in, was genuinely saddened and depressed over the loss. It really got to him.
I think Eric is the ultimate example of Howard taking nobody and making them famous. Because, the Zac Efrons, the Jonah Hills, he was a part of the show, and everybody seemed to have an opinion on him one way or another. Most people were really sad. Most people sort of got him, and he had an effect on people. Although, if you told him that, if he were alive today and you said, you had an effect on people, there'd be a long pause and he'd go,
do you think,
can you give me a job?
I want to give JD some credit here because, I mean, hearing all the old stories and, you know what to do. And I mean, just great Eric memories were fantastic. But then when you got to hear his Idol show and the country show, I don't think people remember how incredible of a broadcaster Eric was. I know it was torture for you to listen to, JD, but you know how funny it is.
Yeah, I mean, within those 30 seconds, those little 30-second clips, there's a whole 4-hour show going around it. And there's a lot of pausing, a lot of, just talking about Idol and people I don't care about. And it turned into, I told Shuli this for the news. Eric did his Idol show. That was an hour. And then he would do basically an Eric Q&A for another 2-3 hours.
Who was queuing?
Well, he would be in like a chat room and people would write to him questions and stuff. So, and he has nothing but time. So these Q&As would last until he got tired. And, by then I'm done.
Not to mention the engineering on these shows.
Oh, yeah. Well, there was none. There was none.
JD, you bring up a really good point. And the thing was, he had nothing but time, which is why his timetable was different than everyone else's. Yeah. He wanted it. Like, if it wasn't done in 4 hours, Eric in that 4 hours had done nothing, where everyone else might have slept or worked or any number of things. So he had no patience for dawdling.
Exactly.
Jose, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, Jose. Jose from San Jose. You there?
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now. Hey, Gary.
Yeah.
Gary. I sympathize with you, brother, with the whole comment of the teeth. I have the ears, okay? And we're 5 guys that grew up together, and man, for the last 40 years, I've been hearing about my ears, man. So, you know, you're very good about it. You go ahead and you let it, you know, like water off a duck's back, you let it slide. Every now and again, I do understand, man. It just stings. It just stings a little bit, you know? It's what you say. Say it in my face.
Well, I think it stinks because it's Robin, as opposed to, you know, I go on Twitter and last week on our Facebook page or Instagram page, whatever, they put up this picture of me when I was 5 years old, and it just was nonstop teeth comments and pictures of horses with fake teeth, and you know, and so I take it. It's okay, but I think it wasn't the teeth comment so much that it was Robin that bothered me.
Thanks, Jose. Mike in Canton, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, John. Hey, Gary. What's up?
What's up?
Hey, sorry, I was you were on speakerphone. I tried to call into Howard earlier. I actually did something. Another one of the Wack Packers went down, and I put my flag at half mast for little Eric today.
That's great. That's awesome, and it'd be even more awesome if somebody drives by and beeps their horn because they know why you did it.
I know that, and the funny thing is, one guy down the street, I know he listens to Howard all the time. His is actually at half mast today. That's what gave me the idea.
John, somebody sent me a note. Is the Wack Pack dwindling? Somebody said that they thought that an inordinate amount of people in the Wack Pack are dying, but I think that part of being in the Wack Pack means that you're not 100% either physically or mentally.
I don't know. I mean, we've lost a couple over the years.
Like Hank, you know, again, Hank's death was, I don't think anybody expected Hank to be 100. You know, you knew that his lifespan was going to be shorter than most.
Yeah, but what Howard said this morning was very true. Like, you knew Eric was dealing with the condition, and eventually this day would come, but you never thought this day was going to come.
So I got the call from Shuley. I was on my way from a memorial service for one thing to a funeral for another person, and I got the call, and my immediate reaction was, how'd he die? And Shuley's answer was, well, there was something going on with his stomach, but, you know, which I never really, this is the one thing I do feel guilty about. I don't think I ever took this seriously. Shuley's like, you know, he's been living on borrowed time for 12 years. I always thought that, like, you know, you said that, but I thought he'd be around a lot longer.
Yeah.
I really did. I thought he'd be around a lot longer.
Well, we wish that he was, and thankfully everyone is remembering him fondly today. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about Eric and his impact on celebrity culture. We'll take more of your phone calls. It's the wrap-up show you're listening to on Howard 100 and Howard 101.
The wrap-up show.
Hello, this is Jimmy Kimmel, and you're listening to the wrap-up show with John and Gary Delabate. I love when everyone pronounces it wrong. Hey, it's Jimmy Kimmel. You're listening to the wrap-up show with John Hein and Gary Delabate.
Welcome back to the Howard Stern Wrap-Up Show, 888-STERN-100, 888-783-7610.
Am I just supposed to know that Jimmy's good friends with Huey Lewis? Like, is that where we're going with this?
Gary, we always go deep on the IDs.
It's so inside.
You know that. Yes, people play along at home, and if they can figure out why the song is underneath the celebrity ID, they get a prize of some kind.
You know what? There's one that plays all the time. You're going to have to explain it to me because I don't get it. It's Seth Meyers, and it's a Steely Dan song, but I can't remember what Steely Dan song it is.
Next time we play it, we'll talk about it. Oh, wait, Steve Brendano rushing to the microphone. He wants to explain. Go ahead, Steve.
The Steely Dan song is called The News. The News with Seth Meyers.
I got the news.
I didn't know. I couldn't remember what the song was, and I always remembered I wanted to ask.
See, this is what we do here. 888-STERN-100, the great Jimmy Kimmel, who woke up at 3 a.m, I guess, his time to call in and talk about his fond remembrances of Eric. If you missed it, here's a little bit of what Jimmy had to say.
I think if God demanded Eric fly with balloons into heaven, he would have told him to off.
I know.
Here's what a good guy Jimmy is, for real. yesterday somebody came up with the idea, maybe we get a comment from Jimmy, and I didn't want to call Jimmy and say, can you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning? He's got a baby and everything. So I just sent him an email and I gave him the opportunity to leave a voicemail for me that we'd be happy to play, a statement of sorts. And he's like, no, I want to get up. And I'm like, well, I probably will be calling you at like 4 in the morning. And he's like, that's fine. I gave him a little wake up call, clearly shook him out of bed, gave him 10 minutes, but he really wanted to be on the air live to talk about it. That's how much he loved Eric.
And Jimmy described it best, I thought, when he said, Eric had absolutely no respect for Howard because he was Howard Stern. He would go toe to toe with him. Right. And even Howard said that. He would, when Howard started yelling at him, most people will just cave and be like, okay, whatever, or they're trying to angle for something. But Eric would not back down, JD, and you had to respect that.
Yeah, I mean, there's countless voicemails that I listened to, and I mean, just they're all insulting. They all insult how Howard looks. They all insult how Gary looks. There's one where Eric was a part of a show with Artie, and Artie was thinking about canceling the show or something. And Eric's like, I need that money, fat ass. Get your fat ass on a plane. We're doing this show.
The thing I loved about Eric, and this is what did entertain me about him on the show, is Howard would say something to him, and there'd be this long pause, and he would go, if you would just shut the fuck up and listen. I would love that, because it really, no one else talked to anybody like that.
Another nice moment.
He told Fred he's going to break his fingers.
Another nice moment this morning when everyone was remembering Eric was, they were talking about their favorite moments. And here Howard talks about his favorite moment, then we'll get into ours and take some calls on yours.
But my favorite moment had to be when Eric got in a job on a TV show that we got for him in plain sight. And he had to go down to New Mexico, but he was afraid that werewolves lived in New Mexico because Johnny told him, he read on IMDb that there are werewolves in New Mexico.
I was there for this. It was amazing.
Yeah, and it was the greatest thing as I go, here in the middle of everything, Eric says, look, I don't want...
He's demanding.
And I convinced the guy, I said, do you think they put all their actors in danger with werewolves? I didn't try to convince him that there weren't werewolves because he wasn't hearing any of that.
I believe he requested silver in his writer.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Silver bullet. I really think he did.
It's a silver because he could use it.
So we talked about this morning in front of Howard. Howard listened to this clip, and I said, there's no way that Eric thought that there were werewolves. And Howard said, I absolutely 100% believe that he did. And John, you made the comment. I thought this is a great phrase. It's Sal Logic. Mm-hmm. I read it on the internet. It must be true.
That's exactly what happened. And that is Sal Logic. Clearly, if, the internet says so.
Wikipedia.
It must be true. And why think any more than that? So that was Howard's favorite moment. You'll be hearing that on Sternthology, actually, later this afternoon on Howard 101, plus a bunch of other great Eric stuff. But Gary, is that yours or do you have another one?
No, my favorite moment is, and we played it to death today, but when he told Johnny to take care of somebody, it was it's almost like one of those comedy movies where you never get to see the head of the mob, and he's, giving all these directions, and when you see him, he's a little person. And it was great. I wanted to have a little fedora on, with a little black suit, a little white tie, and a big cigar.
It wasn't even what he told Johnny. It's how he told Johnny. The repeat, you know what to do.
You know what to do.
And I thought Howard said, Howard's comment was so great. When he talked to Eric, he goes, you got to tell Johnny exactly what to do. Maybe Johnny thinks he has to kill this guy.
Carol in Pennsylvania, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yes, hi guys. I'm in deep mourning, and bye for now, Eric. I'm just so happy that Howard got him laid and got women to lie their giant breasts on his head.
Yeah. Well, I think Eric shared in your happiness. There was nothing that meant to him more, JD, than that, correct?
No, I mean, that was one of, when I went out to, was part of a show with him, and I guess he did other shows. And yeah, one of the things we did was we had girls say, girls, would you please rub your breasts in Eric's face? And there'd be a whole line of them out, and Eric would take off his hat and he'd be ready for him.
Now, at the time, I know things are different now. Were you jealous of him in that sense? Because he got to do something I'm sure you would love to do.
It would depend on the lady. Some ladies weren't very,
He's looking for a line of girls with big asses.
Well, listen, I'll take that too.
Now, were you offended? Thank you, Gary, for that segue. Were you offended by what Howard said? Because he is not a fan of a large rear end, as you seem to be. Do you think Howard's way off base here?
Personally, yes, of course.
Why?
I think because I just think he's wrong.
What's he missing?
He's missing heaven is what he's missing, John.
But what makes... Okay, Gary, as Howard was doing this rap, JD was screaming in the back, like arguing with Howard.
I'm so in Howard's camp.
Oh, come on, Gary. What's your problem?
Like, when I see pictures of Kim Kardashian, it looks insane. I told you I went to go to the MTV Awards. I went to the show to see Iggy Azalea. I didn't know exactly who she was. I was in the balcony. And I could see she was wearing this. She's probably got like a 20-inch waist, and then her ass just gets enormous. And yeah, he's doing that. He's like, if you see Azalea, tell her I said hello. And I'm like, and it looks insane. And then I was talking to JD about it before, and JD was explaining to me that there's rumors on the internet that her ass might be fake.
Well, I mean, listen,
listen,
that rumors go with like Nicki Minaj and Kardashian, all of them. But listen, Nicki Minaj's ass is probably the biggest that I can probably take. And there are certain times where even that's a little much.
So conversely, are you not turned on at all by a skinny little ass? Like a skinny little ass? Like I'll tell you a perfect example. I can't remember that girl. What's the cute chick you like from 30 Rock?
Oh, Katrina Bowden.
Yeah. Super cute. The tiniest ass I've ever seen. Do you like that?
No, I mean, I like other features on her, but no, yeah, she needs
more ass.
But why does it, what, can you explain what it does to you, or why
you're into it? You know what? I just like, when they can move a certain way, it looks good.
So you think twerking is a good thing?
This depends on it, yeah. If they're like getting upside down and shaking their ass while they're upside down or whatever up against the wall, no.
But the video with J-Lo.
That's the greatest video of all time.
What makes it so great?
There's two great asses, and they know how to move them. That's all. That's it.
So is it the size or the movement?
In fact, I have some as great as it is, they cut too fast. They stop cutting so much.
Oh, now you're complaining.
Just let the asses breathe a little bit. Let's see them move.
All right, calm down, David Fitch.
Sorry. No, listen, Hype Williams, who directed it, is a great director.
Joe in Florida. Yeah, you're watching it for the direction.
I like Hype Williams. Hype Williams is a good guy.
I'm sure he's great. I think I could have directed that video.
Well, listen, come on.
What they wanted it to be.
All right, let's hear from Joe in Florida. Joe, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey now.
I
stayed up a lot of. Number one, it's an honor to talk to you guys. I've been a listener since '86. But it really can't get it out. But I stayed up late last night. It broke my heart. It really did. It brought a tear to my eye. But it did make me proud because look at all the press you're getting. I mean, just everywhere you look, it's all Eric the actor all the time. He's trending number one on Twitter. He was on all the websites, news stories, even Yahoo.com had him on front page.
Joe, you're right. I mean, it's astounding, and I wish Eric was here to see it because he would, of course, enjoy it, although we all know that's not possible. But I am amazed at it, but it also is a testament to Howard and what Howard can do with anybody, really. I mean, he has made Eric into an international superstar today.
This is very reminiscent of Hank. Right before Hank passed away, we did that whole thing to try to get Hank to be one of People magazine's most beautiful 50 people. And we did get him in. And then it was so long ago. I think it was 2001. And they put him on the web version, which at the time nobody was looking at the web. So they said, well, they're not going to put the magazine, but he did make it to the web. And then they buried him somewhere, so to speak. But do you think that Eric was aware how much people liked him? Or do you think that he spent a lot of time thinking people just torment me?
I think he was aware that he had some notoriety, but I don't think he was aware that he was beloved.
So what do you think he thinks when a guy who was the one that called him out for the
Zac Efron?
What do you when Zac Efron calls him out? Do you think he goes, "My God, it's so cool, Zac Efron knows who I am," or do you think he was like, "Oh, I'm finally getting the due I deserve from a fellow actor"?
No, I think he thought it was cool. But you know what it is? I think it's like, how when you get insulted on Twitter or whatever, and you get complimented too, but all you see is the insults. That's all he saw, I think, is he saw all the people bothering him more than the people that liked him.
But I mean, but Jimmy Kimmel would come on the show, and Natalie Maines would come on the show, and we did the Superfan Roundtable, and they all wanted to pool their money to buy him stuff. I wonder, did he ever really feel that love?
I'm guessing that he did. but he also felt a lot of other stuff too, and sometimes that dominated his feeling. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will talk more about Eric. We'll take some more of your calls. We'll talk about the clarion of death and what we mean by that. We'll talk about Derek from Texas. It's the wrap-up show, after all, you're listening to on Howard 100 and Howard 101.
The Wrap-Up Show.
Hi, this is Jonah Hill, and you're listening to The Wrap-Up Show with John Hein and Gary Delabate.
Welcome back to the Wrap-Up Show, 888-STERN-100, 888-783-7610. John, Gary, JD, John Lieberman now joining us as we talk about whatever happened on the Howard Stern Show today, and a lot of it was about Eric the actor. John Lieberman, I know you had a ton of interaction with John on your fabulous show, Lieberman Live at 445.
Eric was probably...
Hold on.
Wait, you're not there.
You there?
Let's start again.
There you go.
Eric was probably the most well-researched, well-prepared Wack Packer for Lieberman Live. He used to call Connie 2 days before his appearance, Connie's our producer, and ask what the topic was going to be. If he didn't hear from Connie within 30 minutes, he would then call me and say, I called Connie, but she's not getting back to me. And I'd say, when did you call her? He'd say, about 20, 25 minutes ago. And he'd want to know the topic, and then he'd start telling me things that he knew about that topic over the phone.
And it's not fair to say Eric had the benefit of time, because a lot of your other Wack Pack guests also have the benefit of time.
Hyper Eric seems to have all the time in the world as well.
They don't use it like he does.
No, Eric, it was a side of Eric that as a listener before I did this show, I never saw. He was very conscientious, and he wanted to be heard on the issues of the day.
Was he pretty good to deal with as far as getting him on the show? Did he ever give you like if you needed him, he'd be right there? Or were there ever days he says, I'm not talking about that topic?
No, he was outstanding. In fact, he was so good that when he had to have a doctor's appointment or something, he would call and apologize profusely for not being able to come on.
And Gary, we were joking about the clarion of death. Can you explain what that is?
Well, we all have a friend. All of us know a friend who it seems to be their joy in life to be the first to bring the news of somebody's death. They got to be the first one to get to you. They got to be the one who tells you. So, we know some people like that. Like Shuli called me to tell me, and I don't put him in that category because Shuli's job was to tell me as the executive producer of the show so I could get ready. But then you start seeing people tweet.
Oh, yeah.
They want to be the first one to put. They'd love to be the first one with bad news.
Is that just something compels them to do it?
Yes. It's just like, I told you first. I'm the first one. Remember, you heard from me first.
So it's a notice me kind of thing, I guess.
Yeah, and then there are some people who just like giving you bad news in general, and then there's a whole other thing.
Well, hold on. Let me stop you, because David Spade did call you Baba Bad News on the show. So do you have that role when a guest is in?
Well, it's different. It's not like I'm saying, hey, I just heard this breaking bad news. I'm going to be the first one to tell everyone. I have the dirt on people. So when they're there, I look through the notes and I bring the bad news, but I'm not bringing fresh bad news. I'm recycling old bad news. But the other thing we talked about is, who do you think fit the bill today for the widow Eric? Okay, so Jan fits that bill, but I think Jan has earned that bill.
Jan's earned the title.
Shuli's in there a little bit. I thought Wolfie was a bit of a widow today.
Yeah, I think it may be a toss-up between Shuli and Wolfie on this.
But Shuli dealt with him every day. Like Wolfie, I didn't even know he knew him, and he never really fully explained to Howard. Howard probed a couple times, but never fully explained why they needed to talk all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. Anybody else, JD, who falls into that category?
Not that I can think of today. Johnny Frotto, maybe.
But again, Johnny
dealt with him. I don't know.
All right. Before we go to news, Shuli had mentioned that the modeling agency that Eric tried to run with Johnny Frotto was a great moment. We heard from Derek from Texas, who I thought is a fabulous one. Had the wool pulled over all of our eyes after Eric took a break from the show. But when Eric took a break from the show, you always knew that he was coming back. And unfortunately, he's not coming back this time, but at least we have all that great audio to preserve his memory. And I think he's going to be looked at as one of, if not the most popular Wack Packers the show's ever had.
Yeah, we talked about, time will have to tell whether he gets a bigger send-off than Hank did. And Hank was a different place and time. But you should go to our website today, because one of the things on the website that I think is really awesome is it's pictures of Eric with different staff members or celebrities peppered in with different celebrity tweets about Eric. And again, I think Eric would have been thrilled to have seen it, and I hope he knew that enough people cared.
Okay, John Lieberman, I see you holding a piece of paper. What's coming up in the Howard 100?
All right, we have so much coming up today, John, on Howard 100 News. Of course, paying tribute to Eric the actor. We've got complete coverage of his last communications with Howard 100 News. You'll hear both from staff and fellow Wack Packers remembering Eric and telling some of their favorite stories about him. Now, I think you're going to find this interesting. You'll also hear from the executive director of Veg Fest, where Robin was a guest speaker this weekend. She tells Lisa G about the thriving Veg Fest singles scene. Oh, you're certainly not going to want to miss that.
Oh, maybe that's
Lisa
why
G
Robin wasn't
exclusive.
aware of this.
Is this the new J date?
Veg Fest. All right.
You will have to listen. And today on Lieberman Live at 4:45 and on demand, Tan Mom and Fred the Elephant Boy debate the radicalization of Islam with an expert.
How big a loss is Eric to your show?
It's a big loss. He was a staple every Wednesday. He'd be on. We'd pair him with High Pitch Eric sometimes. We'd pair him with Bobo. But I could always count on him as a host to be ready, and he'll be missed in that respect, and of course many others.
Well, with that topic and panel you have today, I don't think you're going to want to miss Lieberman Live at 4:45. That sounds fantastic. We're going to wrap up the wrap-up show. JD, anything you'd like to plug?
I'd like to apologize to all the people that texted me and messaged me, direct messaged me about Eric. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. I did not want to be the one to break any news.
Let me jump in on this. That's a global apology.
Yeah,
a lot of us weren't going to be the ones who said this to you online. So we apologize to all the social media followers, but that's what we did. So.
And that's all. Follow me on Twitter, JD Harm.
Gare?
I'm good.
John?
I'm on Twitter at Reporter John.
Well, coming up on Sternthology today, we talked about Howard's favorite moment. Jimmy Kimmel didn't cry over Eric's death, but he did cry over the death of John Ritter. You're going to hear that. Plus, Robin didn't know from Veg Fest. So we're going to go back to 2011 when it took Robin 3 days to find out that Steve Jobs had died. All that and more on Sternthology, 5 o'clock on Howard 101. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at John Hein. Thanks, everybody, for your support, as always. We're listening to the Howard Stern Wrap-Up Show on Howard 100 and Howard 101.
Okay.
It's on all week long.
Okay. So I give you my address.
Yeah, I'll put you on hold. Go to that70show.com or check your local listings for time and channel. Also, you're qualified to win a trip to the set of the 70 Show in Hollywood to appear on the show, so that might be your show business break.
Okay.
Hold on. This guy, Matt, is fascinating. His name is Matt Paxton. And, Matt, are you on TV?
I'm here.
Yeah. Matt's on TV, right? Aren't you part of the Hoarders TV show?
Yeah, I'm the guy that cleans up all the dead cats and poop on Hoarders.
Oh.
Hoarders is this fascinating show, which I have to admit I don't watch. I sort of, everyone always tells me about it, but I am fascinated by hoarders. Like Ronnie, the limo driver, tells me about like when his mom was a bit of a hoarder, and she would hoard these paper bags,
Paper bags,
like from shopping. Like she'd come home and save every paper bag. And when Ronnie cleaned out her house after she died, it was like he spent like almost a month
with paper bags,
plastic bags. And Gary said his mom was a hoarder. She would just save like New York Times, newspapers, and she'd and like finally he was hauling them out one day, and there was thousands of them. And she started to cry, and he goes, "What's wrong?" And she goes, "I was going to read those." Like it's such a thing, this hoarding. Yes. And she would save your mom would save every box, right?
Ronnie and I were just talking about this in there. So say you go to like Macy's and you buy a shirt, right? You give it as a gift, that box. My mother, and Ronnie said the same thing with his mother, there were boxes inside of boxes inside of boxes, and both our mothers had the same thing. Oh, when Christmas comes around, I'm going to use them, but they never did.
Right.
Then the next year, there were more boxes, and after 10 years, there were so many boxes.
Right.
You open my mother's closet, and one half, instead of clothing, were these boxes stacked up to the ceiling.
Right.
Wow.
Well, I remember when Ronnie's mom died, he would, I said, "Ronnie, how's it going?" Because he said, "I have to go and, clean up my mom's house." Well, it was months you were cleaning that house. And finally he said to me, she saved everything.
It was 40
40-gallon bags of garbage.
40 of them.
40.
Right.
And
a small apartment.
Yeah, a two-bedroom apartment, garden apartment.
Right.
Okay. And you know the junk trucks that come? You hire them to come. 3 trucks.
Wow. From a 2-bedroom apartment.
Besides, but it was mostly shopping, paper bags.
It was paper bags, canned goods that were
expired.
They were exploding in the back. Like she would buy stuff and keep putting it in the closet, and the stuff would just pile up.
Right.
And when you get to the back, I was cleaning everything out, the cans that were in the back were exploding. That's how old they were.
You know, I just got one more. My friend had to take care of his dad's house. I don't know what it is about storing stuff. You know, do they like the storage containers?
It's a depression mentality.
400 Maxwell House coffee cans. Right, you know the Maxwell House coffee cans?
The empty ones.
400, and they were some were filled with rubber bands, some were filled with nuts and bolts, some were filled with nothing.
Right.
But 400 of them, and they were like sort of stacked in sort of a neat way. But he couldn't possibly find it because they were all the same can.
How old a guy was this?
He was, Depression era guy, for sure.
Because I think they see a coffee can as like, wow, this could be valuable. I can put things in it.
Cigar boxes they used to keep because that was a good place to put things.
My mother would take a paper towel, right, and she would wipe my counter at the house, and then she would lay it out on the side to dry. And I said, Ma, I promise you, the depression's over. We can afford paper towels.
Right.
I found stuff. Okay, under the sink in the kitchen, there was like a big storage area.
Right.
You know the things like from the Chinese restaurant, the containers from soup.
Right. Like the plastic container.
The styrofoam things that, takeout food comes in.
Yeah.
She would wash it out.
Oh.
And save them.
The whole bottom, hundreds of them, hundreds. Okay. Then I'd have to go through every piece of paperwork in the house. She had a closet filled with paperwork from my father had a business in 1959. All the paperwork was still there from the business. You would have to go through everything. I'd find money.
Wow.
Dollar bills, envelopes with $100 in it. I'd go through her drawers. I'd find these little change purses filled with change. You
know what was crazy about his story? His mom got sick, so he cleaned out the entire apartment. From the time she got sick to the time she died, the whole apartment was filled up again.
All over again.
All over again.
Because I cleaned it out once when she had her heart surgery. She had heart surgery when she was 75.
So like
77, something like that.
So you went in and cleaned it out.
I went when she was in the house. She was living at my house to recuperate.
How long did it take? Was she mad at you when you cleaned up the first time?
She got pissed off at me when she went home. And a lot of the paperwork stuff was missing. I just took everything and hauled it out.
And didn't she enjoy having free space and neat? No, nothing. She was angry.
And then
it's hell for them.
My old bedroom that where I lived when I lived there was filled with like the boxes, like he was talking about.
Yeah.
Where what are you going to use all these boxes for? Like she'd give us gifts at Christmas time. And she'd take the boxes home.
That's right. My mother said you got to give me the box back.
Right.
That's a true story.
She put them back in the room.
Right.
And they were all there. And then she would go shopping.
Right.
And she'd buy shirts for me from,
Macy's.
Macy's. She'd buy stuff for the kids. She'd buy everything, and never opened it. Like, in case she needed it for something.
She'd have a gift.
She had a gift.
That's true. My mother had a part of the house. This is weird because it always freaked my friends out. Like, I'd come over with, say you were my friend.
Right.
I'd come over. My mom started to talk to you, and she liked you. She'd go, excuse me for a minute. She'd go lock her door. I could hear her lock the door, and I'd hear her rummaging through stuff.
Right.
And she'd come out with a gift, an unopened gift. Like
Why did she lock the door?
Because that's the funniest thing, too, because we lived in a house the size of my thumb.
Right.
I knew where everything was. My mother used to hide money in the radiator, like you could pull the thing down, and I would hear her open and close it. And I said, Mom, don't lock the door. I know where you're hiding everything. But she would bring you out a gift. Could be a shirt that was still, but the shirt could have been 20 years old, but still in the wrapper.
So Matt, let me get to you. This is Matt Paxton. He's on Hoarders, and as bad as these guys' mothers are,
they got worse people on this show.
But Matt, Matt is one of these guys who figured out, all right, no one wants to clean up a hoarder's home because it's disgusting. So Matt started his business. You originally worked on your own, right? You weren't on TV. You started
I've been doing I've been cleaning up old ladies. All these stories you just told. That's what I do. I work with families to go in and clean it out. And the guy that was talking about finding the money, man, every single book, every single cookie holder. I mean, we found $13,000 in change in a lady's house at the time.
How are you, so how did you start this business? You started a business, or you said, "Look, I see that nobody wants to clean up hoarders' homes because it's really gross."
Well, I wish it was that cool. I was broke. I'd been a bit of a bender, about a 3-year bender, and was starting over and was living on a buddy's couch. And I was just trying to eat and pay rent.
Right.
And I realized no one would clean this stuff up. So I said, well, if no one will do it, I'll see if someone will pay me to do it.
So you get paid a fortune to go in and literally just, put on rubber gloves and clean through hoarders' homes.
Yeah, but now it's, dead cats, recycled adult diapers. I mean, it's not. We're not sorting through papers to find change anymore.
And it's probably, how many people work for you in this company?
Sometimes we're 6 guys. We've been as many as 50, depending on the job.
And a lot of times you hire like ex-cons and stuff because most people will not get involved in this kind of dirty work.
Yeah, but you got to have someone that's been knocked down that gets the mental state. And so for me, I prefer ex-cons and recovering addicts.
So if I send you to a home of a hoarder, what would you charge me? I mean, an average-size, middle-income home. What does it cost to go in there and clean?
Starts about at $15,000 now.
Right.
15,000?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here's why. Listen to this statistic. Matt once had to dispose of 45,000 pounds of human feces from a home. 45. What? Listen to me. 45,000 pounds.
Where do they keep that?
Yeah, how does that happen, Matt?
Usually it starts in the bathroom. The toilet gets full, then the bathtub gets full, then the hallway gets full, then the living room gets full, and they just start and they get embarrassed, and it becomes kind of I better cover this up. But the intent, which you guys said earlier, they absolutely believe they're going to clean it up tomorrow.
Right.
They truly believe that.
So the guys,
you're telling me the plumbing is off?
Plumbing's been gone for years by the time I get there.
Wow.
And I guess they never feel that they want to call in a plumber because at first they start to they're like embarrassed, and then they shit. Once you start shitting in the tub, you're like, well, I don't want to bring anybody in.
Yeah, I always say, think about the first time you decided to crap in your living room. That's one thing. But by like the 500th time, you're pretty committed to this lifestyle.
Can you remember has this happened to you more than once where there's thousands of pounds of feces in the house?
Every week now, man.
Every week?
5 years of my life, every week. I'm in full biohazard now.
And so you go in a hazmat suit and the whole thing?
Oh, yeah. I mean, literally, you would not believe in every single building in New York City, in every single neighborhood around the country, there's one of these houses, and it's a toxic dump. I mean, it's unbelievable the stuff we're finding in there.
And when you meet these people, like specifically the people who shit in their, have 45,000 pounds of feces in their home, do they seem like normal people?
No, they're like Gary's mom. They're lovely women. They're nice people.
Right.
That have had a rough go at some point in their life. It might be 10, 15 years ago. Something triggered it. And I've got to not only clean up the poop, but I've got to also give this lady a hug and act like it's no big deal.
Right, because you don't want to embarrass her.
No, my God, if I embarrass her, I'm out. She'll kick me out, and I'm the last person that's going to help her.
When they call you, do they confess, or they just say, look, I saw you on TV. I need a company to come in and clean my home? Or do they come clean on the phone and say, listen, I've been shitting in my house for the last 10 years?
No. Normally, either a family member will call me, or they'll get called in from the show, or an APS worker, Adult Protective Services, will say, we're kicking them out tomorrow.
Right.
So they're not calling you. It's always someone else.
Maybe 1 out of 100 they'll call. Usually it's someone that loves them.
And is there...
They've given up. They don't know what to do.
And is it like what Ronnie and Gary are describing, that when you come in to clean, they're livid because even though you're removing shit from their home, they're not grateful in a way. They're like, please, just leave the shit in there.
Yeah, I mean, it becomes a wall of safety. They're removed from the rest of the world, and it's really a wall of judgment. They don't want to be judged. They don't want to be made fun of. So they, believe it or not, that stuff protects them.
What is the smell like? Or maybe you never get to smell it because you're in a...
Do something?
Yeah,
I'm pretty used to it. It's a very citrusy urine smell.
Oh, it's not. It doesn't even smell like shit anymore.
No, urine will knock out. You don't even smell shit.
Really? Where are they urinating?
With the shit?
2-liter bottles. Usually.
In 2-liter bottles.
Oh, and then they cap it, the bottle?
They cap it, yeah. We call them plumber bombs. So
oh, my God. I mean, it's...
We enjoy it, though. For us, we're all recovering addicts, so, like, we need something nasty to get us off.
Yeah, this keeps you straight, huh?
This keeps us totally clean and sober because we get grossed out, and we really enjoy that, and we get that every week.
I would think it would be the opposite. Like, you come home and go, I've just seen the worst of humanity. I need to get high. It doesn't matter. It's all meaningless.
Tie me off.
I mean, when you've hit rock bottom yourself, you kind of have to laugh to get out of it. And so now for us, if we find, if we don't see 200 cats, we don't think it's funny.
Are you a millionaire from this business? I mean, getting $20,000 a house seems to me like you might be a very wealthy man.
No, I mean, I'm doing all right. I have a house now. I have children that I can afford. I'm comfortable. It's a pretty cool thing. But I get paid to help people, which is a pretty awesome thing.
Matt once found 200 dead cats in a home, and they were wet. So when he tried to pick them up, they just came apart.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Do you ever throw up when you see that kind of thing?
I don't, man. The only thing that gets me is I had a kitten crawl out of a pile of human waste one time. And that was a bit much for me. And then the smells, the textures really, like the food they were talking about. When those cans explode, he's exactly right. The cans from 20, 30 years ago will pop open, and you'll see textures and smells that you've never seen
What
before.
do you mean a kitten crawled out of human feces? In other words, the cat was trapped in the feces?
He was living underneath the feces and she crawled through it.
Oh, my God. So how did the cat survive? Did they feed the cat or did they eat the shit?
Dude, people don't realize cats are survivalists, man. They are so tough. Like, they'll live through anything. People will quit before a cat quits.
Wow. Oh, it's so sad. Now, when you say, going back to what you said before, you found $13,000 in cash inside a giant rat's nest in a house.
Yeah, 8-foot rat's nest in Oakland.
And
how's the money get in there?
Well, we found out that week that rats don't eat money. We didn't. It's the only thing they don't shred apart. We didn't know that.
Why is that?
I guess it's the glaze on the money. I don't know. They're not interested in it. But we didn't know if there were cats. We didn't know if there were rats or not in this nest. So it was about a 6-foot-high, 8-foot-wide rat's nest, and we can see all the holes where the rats are going in and out. But we can also see money all over the place.
Now, when you see that's a dangerous thing because those rats can carry disease.
Yeah, in Oakland too. They're big. I mean, that's like New York rats.
Yeah, they're the size of dogs. Some of them.
Yeah, they're a good sized cat. Absolutely.
Yeah. When you're cleaning out, do they come and bite you and try to attack you?
Well, that one they didn't in that one. But we were going inch by inch. We didn't know if they would. So the fear of them coming out. Turns out they had given up and left years ago too.
So when you find cash in a house, I mean, you're obligated to give it to the owner, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Oh yeah, because the joy they get in that gets us so much more momentum. It lets us clean faster.
You say here you once found $45,000 in U.S. savings bond in a house.
Yep.
And the woman thought they were expired. People don't even know what they have.
She didn't know what she had. We had to explain to her the difference between maturity and expiration.
Now you're a financial advisor.
So she thought they had gone bad.
Right.
They were bad. It was free money. $45,000. We helped, and this lady thought she had nothing.
So Matt, is your show's on A&E? But what do you have to do with Oprah Winfrey? She started having you on at one point.
No, that's actually how I got on. This guy, Peter Walsh, that's on there, he was not interested in doing the show, Hoarders. And so I had been bugging him for years trying to just be his guy that cleaned up after he left. I never thought I'd get on TV. I was just trying to make a living.
Right.
And he couldn't do it because he was on Oprah. And so that's how I ended up getting on. He said, no, go call this crazy guy in Virginia. He'll clean up anything. And they were literally just looking for messy houses to clean. And I just happened to get picked up. I got that one chance. They gave me about 10 minutes.
So because you're on TV, do you get more money in a sense because you're a celebrity house cleaner?
Yeah, crazy enough, I am. It's weird. I mean, I'm like the most popular trash guy in America.
And why did they start putting you on TV? Because they found that the cleanup was just as interesting as meeting the people?
I think they realized it was more than trash, and that's really what I bring to the table. I mean, to me, this is about people. We all are different. We all are fear of rejection. We're all, we all have fear of judgment. We're all trying to find self-worth, and that's really what hoarding is about. And I'm able to break it down to I'm not an educated man. I'm a recovering addict that just got lucky.
How old a guy are you?
I'm young. I'm 36. I'm still very young.
When you have
to up early.
But when you have to clear up 45,000 pounds of shit, and by the way, I'm trying to figure out how much is the average bowel movement? A pound?
Yeah.
It just depends on the person.
I mean, how many years would it take you to build up 45,000 pounds of shit?
At least 10 years. Yeah, that's the number you want. I mean, it's 10 years of 3 or 4 times a day.
Where do you bring it, though? Like, where can you dump that?
That you can't even take to the dump, and that's what's really challenged us. We now, everything has to be destroyed as like medical waste because it's too messy for the city dump.
So what do you do with medical waste? Where does that go?
That has to actually go to, it's like a crematorium, and it actually has to be incinerated.
Oh, my
Holy
goodness.
cow.
I mean, a lot of the houses, we had a house the other day, there's no way to save it. It has to be destroyed. And so it was more of a recovery situation.
So
we had
that
to go in
place was so bad, you couldn't clean it.
could not salvage it. You had to tear it down.
Just burn it down.
But it was so messy, we couldn't tear it down. We actually had to burn it.
Is that more than one person shitting in the house, or was just the one person?
No, it's one person.
Wow.
10 years. I mean, you got 3 or 4 times a day, 10 years, every day, day by day.
Are hot girls ever hoarders, or is it always just like very vile-looking people?
I think they started. A lot of them start as hot girls. I mean, it's a fine wine. You can't be a good hoarder overnight. It takes 10, 15, 20 years.
Tell the story, Matt. He cleared a house of a guy into kiddie porn, but the guy called you, right?
Yeah, and this was not on A&E. I want to make sure they always ask me to make sure clear this. This one was on our personal job.
Okay.
But we went out, and this guy, the family called us. He was having he had heart disease, and he was going to die. And the family wanted to send him home so he could have hospice. So we were going and thinking, oh, this poor sweet guy.
Yeah.
Well, we get there and we start realizing, well, this is some interesting toys. This is some interesting pornography. And the deeper we got, we started finding some Polaroids, some really aggressive stuff. And it was all child pornography.
Wow.
And so we're like, what do we do here? So we called a buddy of mine at the cop, and he's like, well, actually, you have to report this. So we called the guy. Guy ends up going to jail for 3 years. He gets out of jail, fills the house up again, because we actually did clean it, and he calls us again and says, hey, can you come clean my house again? And we had just sent the guy to jail for 3 years.
And yet he wasn't...
Who else you gonna call?
He wasn't angry. One thing about those kiddie porn guys, they're very forgiving.
Yeah.
So you clean his house, you find kiddie porn, you report him to the police, he goes to jail, he comes back home, he says, hey, you guys were pretty good at cleaning, come on back. But you didn't find any more kiddie porn there.
Well, I told him to fuck off. I mean, we're not going to...
Oh, you didn't go. You didn't want that job.
I mean, I hire all ex-cons. My morality gauge is pretty wide open. I've guys that murder people on my team, but I will not work with a child pornographer, period. I mean, that's the one thing I won't touch.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Well, is the worst thing you ever found a dead body in a house?
I did find a dead body. The smell is unique. You'll never get that out of your head. For me...
What's that smell like? Does it smell like shit?
No. If you haven't smelled it, I mean, you can't even get it out of you. You end up shaving your head and your eyebrows because you just can't get the smell off your body.
You're saying if a body decomposes and you get the smell on you, you shave your head and your eyebrows.
I did. Yeah, I shaved my head because I couldn't get it was like, that old trick where you wipe poo under someone's nose at camp and the guy, all he smells is poo. Well, it's kind of like, I mean, that's all you smell once you find a dead body. That's the worst. That was probably the worst for me.
How long had the body been in there?
Well, that was when we were doing foreclosures in downtown D.C.
Oh.
Just knocking down doors of foreclosures for the banks. And
so that's why the person wasn't paying.
He wasn't actually delinquent.
He had a good excuse.
Yeah. He had a good excuse.
How long had he been in there? Do you have any idea?
It had to at least have been 120 days.
Wow.
We wouldn't have been in there. We wouldn't have gotten the work order. That was awful because he had killed himself and he was just laying on a chair. So the mental, and what that gets to is the mental stuff that we deal with. We're not just picking up trash. We're finding really horrible.
Do you find it hard to sleep at night, or do any of your guys get like post-traumatic stress syndrome?
The abusive ones, the ones like you'll have hoarders that are so protective of their stuff that they'll scream at you and hit you, and the abusive hoarders, they're the ones that give you the post-traumatic.
You had a hoarder try to hit you to keep you from taking all their shit out of their house.
Yeah, I had a 70-year-old lady swing at me, which was pretty funny.
Anybody make contact?
I did have an 80-year-old guy. Actually, we found out he had been beating his wife, and we called him on it, and he got really angry with us and tried to bully us, and he connected pretty square on my jaw.
You punched in the face.
Yeah.
You're a pretty tough guy. What were you in prison for?
I didn't go to prison. I had a gambling addiction, man. I actually worked for Caesar's Palace. I'm not a tough guy. I just have seen it all now, and so once you've seen it all, every day my job is to go into someone else's rock bottom.
Right.
And so but I also on the backside is I see people come out of that, and I see the miracles happen, and I see people do good things. So for me, I don't care.
Do you find that people stay clean after you've cleaned out all this stuff?
Hell no.
Great question. No, that's a good question.
I say no way.
Well, and this is what's so good about hoarders on A&E. They pay for the aftercare, and the aftercare is the key. If they go to therapy, there's about a 60% chance they'll stay clean.
Wow.
If they don't go to therapy, it's 100% guaranteed they'll fail.
Wow.
It'll fill back up by Christmas. If they don't do this, there's a reason they do it, and there's a psychological reason they do it, and you got to get into the head, and you got to deal with that psychological issue, or it'll never get fixed.
Eric, you're on the air with Matt Paxton. Go ahead, Eric.
Hey, Howard.
Hey, now.
Hey, Papa Billy. My cousin, she's a hoarder, and she's pretty hot too. They actually did the local news did a story on her, and yeah, she's hot. I heard you mention.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess there are some hot chicks who hoard. I don't know. Does she collect her feces at all?
No, there's no duty or nothing. Just messy, bags and food and stuff like that.
Oh, it's so disgusting. Will, go ahead. You're on the air in St. Louis.
Hey, hi. My name's Will, and I think I worked with you, Mr. Paxton, out of St. Louis. Did a job here for the TV show Hoarders.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I was the exterminator on that one.
Yes, that was roaches everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, brown recluse.
What is it too? I imagine there's tons of bugs when you finally get to the bottom of the like if somebody collects bags and stuff. That's where bugs collect, right?
Well, the house this guy's talking about, we were putting cotton balls in our ears and taping up our assholes because there were so many roaches.
Really? You mean you were just afraid that they would actually crawl into your ear?
Yes, that was a really scary. And brown recluse spiders. I mean, you couldn't even see the top 2 feet of the house because of the spider webs.
When you say roaches, you guys, you're talking about like not just a couple of roaches. You're saying like the whole wall could be covered in roaches.
They were raining off of the ceiling.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh.
When they came in to clean this, Howard, they had to come in with a hose and spray down the walls with water because there was so much like webs and dust and stuff.
But someone was actually living in the house?
Yeah, it was what was so
3
bad.
people, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a 13-year-old boy that they had in there with them.
Oh, wow. And the roaches are raining down on their head.
Yeah.
I got to actually know these people. I've been doing their service because
they're good people, aren't they?
Yeah, they were. I never met the husband, but the wife, me and her actually really got to kind of know each other because I've been back to that house.
And did you ever say to her, how could you live with so many roaches?
Yeah, well, she blamed it on her husband. But,
well, when you get to that point in life, it's easy it's just easier to blame it on other people. And that was a triangle family that everyone was blaming on each other. But that 13-year-old kid is such a good kid. We didn't care if we were getting rained on by roaches. You just wanted to help that kid, man.
So did Child Protective Services take the kid out of the home and like?
Yeah, that's how we got called in. Yeah, and he wasn't allowed back in until we cleaned it out.
Oh, they sent him back.
Well, no, the families, I don't think they're back in, are they?
No, not yet. They still. Well, see, what ended up happening is because everything went so wrong and the cleanup and everything. The house, they came in and sanitized the inside of the house, but it's never been cleaned yet.
Wow.
So you still walk in there. The kitchen floor is like walking on peanut butter. I mean, everything. It's unreal. It's just ungodly.
Yeah, and that was a house where really, if the family had the financial options, they really should tear it down and start over.
Right.
But
it's that bad.
Yeah, and the A&E can only do but so much. I mean, we're not. No one's millionaire, so you can't just throw. There's a budget, and we can only do but so much.
No. Listen, you gave them a start. Do you think they'd take over?
Yeah, you're there to clean.
Well, and for us, I mean, we have to put a lot of money into the therapy afterwards because without that, the house is going to fill up regardless.
Yeah, right. They'll go right back to their. It's weird too because like he wondered just like why did they let themselves get in this situation? But it's mental illness, right? There's no rational.
Right. Absolutely. There's a problem.
Yeah.
Nobody would rationally do this. They can't. You just can't help it. And they don't want to do this. They're good people. It started off with one bad decision.
Right.
But you'd think there may be one person like that.
Yeah, right.
This is a whole
It's an epidemic,
series.
evidently. Yeah.
There's millions. And the show blew the doors off it. Now there's a ton of shows about it, which is great because I always say it's like it's the next alcoholism. I mean, in the 50s, people were like, it was so embarrassing to say your uncle was an alcoholic. Now you say my uncle's in AA, and you're like, good for him. It's a big deal.
Yeah, it takes I guess it takes some of the secrecy out of it. Yeah. But, what I always say, it starts with just one shit in the tub, and then you're hooked.
The first time you do that, just realize.
I heard that, I tell you.
Yeah. Hey, Will in St. Louis, thanks for the call. Are you coming over to America's Got Talent?
Actually, I got tickets for Saturday at 11 o'clock.
All right, I'll say hi to you.
Thanks, Howard.
All right, later, man.
Hey, that guy Will, I remember him now. He actually gave his services for free to help that family.
Wow, hey, Will, you're a good dude.
We try.
I bet. All right. Good man, Will. See, my fans are good people.
There's, I'm learning there's good people everywhere. You just got to give them opportunities to be good.
Right. I fortunately don't give anybody opportunities.
Well, you know what? This will change my life. You're giving a lot of people awareness.
Take one last call, Matt. I've held on to you long enough, but let me. You got to get back to cleaning. But
yeah,
Kirk,
I mean, I wonder how bad you have to be to make it on the TV show.
Yeah, I know. Any big job today, Matt? You going out anywhere?
No, I'm home all week. We start filming again next week. For us, Robin, the saddest thing is most of the time I'll go into a house now and I have to tell them that their house isn't messy enough for me to clean it.
When you hire ex-cons to work for you, how do you know which ones you can trust?
We go through a program that they've been sober for 2 years. And
I see.
You can't trust all of them, but there's a lot of those dudes are. Those guys. I want the ones that if they sneeze wrong, they're going back to prison tomorrow.
Kirk, what's
right?
Up. They have something to lose. Hey, Kirk, go ahead. You have the last word with Matt.
Hey, Howard, does this Matt guy ever worry or have like a health scare with hepatitis or SARS from cleaning up these dirty fucking people?
He's wearing a hazmat suit.
I do. I get.
Yeah, but you ever got poked or anything where you're like, oh shit?
We do walk out if we see needles. We walk out. That's the only thing we'll say no to. And our shots are up to date like you wouldn't believe.
If you walk into a house and you see some like drug addicts who are living there and there's exposed needles, you will walk out and refuse the job.
Yeah, you're on your own. I'm not going to die for these. I'll almost die for them, but I'm not going to die for them.
You'll clean their shit, but you ain't cleaning their needles.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Matt, thank you, and Kirk, thank you. Matt Paxton on the season finale of Hoarders. Oh, Sour Shoes has a question. How can you refuse him? Matt, one last question. Yes, Sour Shoes.
Hi, Matt. Matt, when you have to clean up the poo-poo in the house when it's in the living room, is it in 5-gallon buckets, or how is the poo? Is it on the floor, or is it...
Sour Shoes, I thought you were going to ask... He's asking in his baby voice.
I know.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's in buckets, sometimes it's just laying in open diapers, and sometimes it's on the wall.
There you go. All right. I shouldn't have gone to that. All right. Let's just say also check out Matt's podcast, available on iTunes at 5decisionsaway.com. Hey, Matt, fascinating.
Hey, guys, thanks so much for the time. I really appreciate you letting everybody know about this.
I might have to call you in for helping out with cleaning out JD's office. I'm seeing a lot of magazines and things.
Absolutely. Bring it. I'll do it. I'll clean up anything.
All right, Matt.
Guys, thanks so much.
Later.
Thank God
interesting
for him.
work, actually. Yeah, thank God for him.
He found a niche and he filled it.
It's crazy stuff, right?
They say that's the best way to do, to get into a business.
That's
is
what they
to
say.
Find something nobody else is doing.
I found a business. No one's willing to clean up 45,000 pounds of some human feces. I think I'm onto something.
I think I'm onto something.
Hey, good for him, though. Covering addict.
He's giving other people second chances. It's a good deal.
Yeah, well, there you go.
That was great. That was great. The best line was he goes, we were putting cotton balls in our ears and taping up our assholes. Are you a hoarder?
Not like that, but I can understand, not for feces, but I can understand how it's hard to make decisions about like paper.
Well, my parents are so the opposite.
Oh my God.
They don't allow anything to stay in the house. Like you couldn't save anything. I mean, that story about my comic books is tip of the iceberg. I mean, they go through that house, if they see... It's
well, you have a little
no history. Now I do. I used to be a big slob, but
because you sometimes you'll get here and you'll just go like you do one thing that makes me crazy because it's your parents and my parents. You have the ability to push a whole stack of stuff out without looking at it.
Oh, yeah.
I got to look at everything.
No, sometimes you have to just do that
but
because you realize you haven't looked at it in months.
I know, but you can't. There's something in there. There's got to be some. That's my fucking parents.
My parents, literally, their home is void of any personal details. Like they'll throw everything out.
If they were moving, they wouldn't have to do anything. The house is ready to show.
It's ready to go.
And I love that.
I don't have to go in and clean anything.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John Hine and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
So on Monday's wrap-up show, we were talking about the guests that were on the show, and one of the guests was a transgender person, and somebody called in who was a transgender person, I presume, and said that they had a vagina. And I said, I don't think you have one because it can't be a workable thing. And we got into this whole altercation where she was mad at me, but I wasn't mad at her. I was just trying to bring out a point. But you should check it out and see what happens.
Now we're going to move on to Raji, who came in, who is transgendered and has cement in her face and in her ass. And
that was a tough story. I mean, I felt really bad for her.
Well, when you heard her explanation, though, about the doctor who did it, basically did the same thing and was also transgendered, I guess there was some kind of level of trust there.
Yeah, the other thing I think I got out of this whole thing, taking away transgender and all that other stuff, if something's way cheaper than it should be, there's probably a reason why.
Yeah, you get what you pay for in a lot of cases. Did you know that tranny was an offensive term? That's what ISIS was saying.
Really? I didn't know that. What do I know?
Are you going to stop using it?
Me?
Yeah.
Did I? I don't know. Did I use it?
Well, I mean, would you say, hey, the trannies are here?
No, I didn't say that.
Well, would you?
Ronnie always says that.
Yeah, I guess so.
I didn't know.
I guess. Yeah, I guess I would.
I'm still on the fence about whether I'm stopping using it or not.
Yeah.
So what did you think of Raji and ISIS today? ISIS came in late.
ISIS, I saw everybody before they came in all together, and she was scary looking when I walked in the room. You know, it was kind of I didn't know what to say to her. You know, you don't know what to say, but I mean, ISIS was cute. You know, what can you say? It's like I was talking to one of the guys out here. I won't mention who it was, and he said, on a good night with a few drinks, you would never know what you were doing.
Well, the question I was asking around the office, and I'd like to try to get an answer. ISIS is, for all intents and purposes, a woman now.
Right, she has a fake vagina.
So if you marry ISIS, does that make you gay? It's the same silence I got from everybody else.
If you're legally, you're gay, and technically, I think you're definitely committing a gay act. I think, but it depends if your desire for her is as a woman. Then you're not. I don't think.
Yeah, but what would be the difference if you didn't know that she had the operation?
That's what I'm saying.
And you met her in a bar and you tried to pick her up, and then found out she had a cock.
Well, if you,
it's still the same difference. You're still going out with a guy.
No, that's what I'm saying. Technically, it's a gay act.
She's got a fake hole there now.
It's technically a gay act, but I think if someone desires her because they think she's a woman or think he's a woman, then they're doing it for a heterosexual reason.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
it's a gay act. I agree with you.
But
there's nothing wrong with it if that's what you're into.
I don't think so either.
How is it a gay act if she's a woman now?
Well, I mean, like if a man rapes you, you had a homosexual act, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But you didn't desire it.
What I'm saying is that, is she a woman now? She's had the full sex change operation. Is she a woman, or is she a woman that used to be a man, which we know to be true?
To me, she's still a tranny.
But she's got all the working parts of a woman.
No, they don't really work now. You know that now. Stop it.
How do you know that?
They don't work.
Experience?
No, they don't work. How could they work?
How could you say they don't work? Do you know that for a fact?
Dude, remember when somebody, I forget who it was, explained how the operation actually works? Yeah, it's not, dude. It's still a guy.
I think it's nice to treat her as she wants to be treated, as a woman. However, every cell in her body is a male.
I just think it's my favorite part.
That's actually wrong.
Uh-oh.
Wrong.
Okay, who's this?
This is Diane in New Jersey.
Yes,
what was your original name, Diane?
How you guys doing? It's kind of ironic that the first time I actually finally get through, and after listening since I don't know the early '80s, it's to criticize.
Diane, Diane, were you born a woman?
No, I was not. But there's just it's really kind of ironic that so many Howard and you guys are also gay and lesbian friendly, and you seem to really know your stuff. But when it comes to trans people, you are like completely clueless.
Well,
I mean,
how are we
first
clueless?
off, it's not a gay act. Okay, number one. Okay, I've been married to my husband. It's going to be 10 years now. He dated exclusively, women that were born women. All before that, and when we have sex, like he puts his penis in my vagina. So I don't see how that could be seen as gay.
Well, I think Diane, Ronnie says that there's no way your parts can work.
Right.
Well,
your vagina used to be.
Ronnie doesn't have my parts. I have my parts, and they work.
But work how? In other words,
you don't feel it. I'm sorry. There's no way.
Yeah, I feel it. Believe me.
Yeah. Maybe
Well,
you
how
feel.
would you not feel it?
Maybe you feel the pressure of it going in.
No.
There's no way you feel the same thing a girl feels. I'm sorry.
How
It's
would you know
impossible.
that?
Oh, please.
How is it impossible?
I've heard doctors talk about this stuff, dude. Come on now.
With an idiot.
Hey, Diane. Diane.
Yeah.
How would you, in a short sense, define a gay act?
Two men or two women doing something together.
So
sexually.
A lot of people would technically consider you biologically a man.
Right. In other words, Diane, if you were going to the Olympics, say, and it had to scrape your cells, would your cells come up as a woman or a man?
Well, chromosomally, they're male, but everything else is female. I mean, here's the thing: you're getting hung up on like one thing. I mean, do you go around testing the chromosomes of every person that you've ever met?
Actually,
look, Diane, I'm not knocking you at all. I don't, whatever turns everybody on, it's fine with me. It doesn't bother me.
It's not even.
No, I'm not talking. I'm just trying to bring something out. Listen to your voice right now.
Yeah.
You do not sound like a woman. I'm sorry.
Well, that's because
I'm sorry.
you knew that before you. That's because.
Oh no! As soon as you got on the phone, I knew when he said hi, I knew you were a guy.
Diane, I got to go with Ronnie on this one. It says on the board, it says Diane from New Jersey, and it says Howard Stern supports gays but gets weird around transsexuals. So I thought we were talking to a woman. The reason I asked you were you born a woman was because I did hear it in your voice.
Here's the question: do you like popping
but here's the
pimples
thing,
on your husband's
Gary,
back?
I'm sorry, John. I didn't.
That
What was
is
the question?
It's okay. Go ahead. Say what you're going to say, Diane.
The reason is, of course, you had that specter raised in your mind. I can tell you honestly, I'm on the phone, normally all the time. Never, ever does anyone ever say sir or mister or anything like that. It just doesn't happen. And this is, I'm talking, it's been, I transitioned over a dozen years ago.
Well, Diane, why do you feel that Howard, you said, supports gays but doesn't support transgendered people?
Well, because he doesn't know. I mean, he gets really weirded out, and he uses the wrong terms. He doesn't understand the difference. You guys were just saying before, you don't even understand why tranny is offensive, or you get an idiot like Ronnie there that thinks he knows how my parts work.
Hey, we're getting towards the show.
First of all, I don't know why you're calling me an idiot. I didn't insult you. I'm trying to talk to you in a nice way, and now you're calling me an idiot. Okay, we had what's her name? What's his name comes up here?
What's her?
Our old friend, the one who got Siobhan. Okay, she came up here with her and showed us her thing. That's no way that thing is real. It smells. There's no way it works. Okay?
You're talking about
she's got to wash it out with a hose.
Have we ever done a contest where we have just the vagina and try to pick out the fake one?
No. But
Ronnie, you understand why Diane's offended. Basically, you're saying you said she has a fake. You said she has a fake hole. I mean, you don't see why she'd be offended by that? By calling it a fake hole?
Well,
because to her,
what
clearly
do
it
you,
isn't.
John? What do you call it? What do you call it? Do you think it's real? Do you think she feels anything? You're asking me. I'm asking you now. What do you feel?
Ronnie, I haven't gone through the experience of having that done to me. I don't know how it feels.
Well, what's your gut feeling?
Thank you, John.
I'm listening to when Siobhan talks about it, who had the same operation, basically said she really doesn't feel anything.
Well, and Siobhan had to keep a stent in it to keep it open. Remember?
John, gun to your head. Give me an answer.
Hey, Diane,
come on, John.
Diane, if I spray myself black, wear an afro, learn to dance, am I technically black then?
No, you're just Benji.
Oh my God! No, you're still Benji.
Diane, real quick, we only have 30 seconds. Go ahead, make your final point.
Well, the point is right there what Ronnie was saying. Just like anything else, there are good doctors and there are bad doctors that do that kind of surgery. And Siobhan obviously is kind of a nutcase to start with. Most people, like me, I'm married. I have kids that go to school. I do all the normal stuff. My neighbors don't know. My friends. It's just something that happened in my past.
Diane, can I ask you a quick question before we end?
Sure.
You say you have kids, okay?
Yes.
Did you give birth to these kids?
No.
Okay.
The defense rests, Your Honor.
Diane, thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
What if she had, Ronnie?
Checkmate,
Ronnie. Then I say it works. Then I'll say it works.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. On Tuesday's wrap-up show, we talked about the bad day that I was having, how Howard yelled at me, how I yelled back at him, how Howard was mad at me for going to the Springsteen show, how DePace agreed that I shouldn't have gone to the show, and all the crap that went on the show that day. Here's how it went.
Gary, you were, I don't know, today was your day. You and Howard were really at odds from the get-go, and I wonder, first of all, did you think you were being cantankerous at all, or do you think that Howard was all over you?
Well, I think it started this morning when we had the problem with the page, and then once that's, you can't argue with Howard on the air. He's always going to be right. I never get to present my side, so the audience thinks I'm stupid. Then you get a bunch of emails from you, you're a fucking moron, and all that other stuff. But when he said later on in the show, are you on edge? Listen, if you've ever had a fight with your wife and you haven't sort of rectified it, it's 2 hours later, you're still on edge.
So that carried over, the stuff that happened, because Howard can't see orange, that carried over until later in the show.
Yeah, and then, the whole, the whole condescending, the condescending attitude in general is probably what gets under my skin. But, Gary, it's almost like the way he was to me today was if I was a woman, oh, Gary, you must be on your period. You know what I mean? It was like that condescending.
Well, did you think it was that way from the page stuff or later on with the tickets?
Later on. But even in the page stuff, it got condescending. Gary, here's what I would do. Here's how you recognize colors. And here's what if you have a dog, and this is what you do. And, he starts talking to me like I'm in third grade.
So you had more of an issue with his tone than you did with what he was, the subject matter.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
And were you able to remedy the situation? Is the color...
We were able to identify the problem. Now getting it fixed is the next issue.
And is it insulting when he says to you, well, why don't you talk to Jeff Schick? Why don't you talk to someone else? Like he was insinuating that you weren't exploring the problem. You were saying, yeah, it's a problem. We got to deal with it.
I don't know that Jeff Schick is available to me to do anything I want anytime I want. I could just as easily have called him and Howard and said, what are you bothering him with that shit for? And I don't know that the people from Profit are going to talk to Jeff Schick because he doesn't work for Sirius, and that's who they have the contract with. So, yes, I had not thought of that.
And do you think it's questioning your professionalism on the air, even though it happens a lot?
It is. It's sort of saying, you're not that bright, but I keep you around anyway.
And then with the tickets later on, he was saying he knew the situation. He was just telling you what he wanted done. But at that point, you were just pissed off.
Well, no, I didn't know the situation at all. And the last words I heard were Steve said to me, "This guy's already got tickets." So I said, this guy's already got tickets. Howard's like, "Yeah, I got it. Calm down." But I was in working with, I can't listen to every second of the show. I was in working with Scott on something that I wanted to get on the air right away. So by the time I walked back, I could not hear what had transpired.
And do you not want to go to Austin at this point?
No, I'm going to Austin. Of course I'll go to Austin.
I mean, you weren't the only one that Howard was taking issue with today. Scott DePace, during that whole Bill Maher thing, DePace, I don't know if he defended Rush Limbaugh, but I guess he did, and called Howard a hypocrite. And immediately Howard was all over you, Scott.
Here's the thing. Here's the difference I just want to say. He's questioning Scott DePace's politics and opinion.
Not his professionalism.
That's right. And that's where it gets under my skin.
Now, do you think Gary was a little too sensitive today with Howard, or do you think he had every right to go back at him?
Well, let's just say it definitely put Gary in a bad mood. So he was barking. He barked at me at one point. And
Gary
did. Gary barked at me at one point.
Yeah, get John Lieberman in here, too. You want to hear about barking?
What
happened to him out of my office?
Gary gets in trouble from Howard, and then he starts taking it out on everyone else.
That's not true. I was barking at you because I was having that stupid argument with you during the show.
Howard brought up the Rush Limbaugh thing. As I always do to Gary, my way to get something through to the show, I'll say something to Gary. If he likes it, he'll put it through to Howard. So I said to Gary, Howard's being a hypocrite. Gary and I started having a quick conversation about it. During that, Howard then said, Gary, what did Bill Maher say? So I stopped the conversation so that Gary could answer him. Gary then started back with me going, what, you're not going to talk to me? Blah, blah. And I said...
That's not what happened. We were having a conversation. Yeah. Howard asked me a question. Robin started to answer it.
No, then Robin started to answer it because you didn't answer.
No, I did. She answered before I could even open my mouth. Go back and listen to the tape. She answered it very quickly. But what happened was Scott and I were having a conversation, and somewhere in the middle... It got lost what we were discussing. I was discussing one thing, he was discussing another thing. And then I said, you know what? Maybe just don't talk to me on the box during the show.
Hey Gary, I'm not saying it's right or wrong to fight back, but it did seem a little bit, more to me like out of character for you to the level you got. Do you think, like, is there something else going on? Are you stressed about something?
There's absolutely nothing else going on. I mean, I think it started yesterday. I started taking some shit from him on the air. And then, so I was probably a little bit, I could be on edge about that. You know, you come in the next day and you go, is it going to be more of the same? And it was more of the same.
Well, when the Springsteen thing came up, that's when you got your back up a little bit. Because you're like, why can't I go to the show?
Right.
It seemed like that seemed to be the issue.
Nor was I the only one from this channel that went.
Who else went?
I'm not going to say. But I'm not the only one that went.
I wouldn't go.
I wouldn't go because I wouldn't get a ticket.
But you weren't invited. What if it were doing? I put it all in perspective. What if it was
Pink Floyd,
or Dave Matthews?
Honestly, I was surprised that you went.
Were you?
Just because I know how, if I had went, it would be a little different.
But hold on.
But
if
you're Howard's right-hand man.
If Howard was so against the concert, then why did he give away tickets?
I don't know. I would guess that he's obliged to it, right?
He was not. He was not obliged.
Did it cross your mind at all?
It came up for a second. Someone else that went with me said, are we going to be looked at as turncoats for this? And I said, I don't think so, because Howard gave away tickets on the air. I think it's Howard's thing.
Scott, you think Gary was like personally insulting Howard because he went to the Springsteen show?
I think it was quite clear that Howard wanted nothing to do with that concert on the air.
Except he gave away the tickets.
About it. Okay, I didn't see that part, and I would think that he would want anyone on his team to really not participate in that event. I thought that's quite obvious, but you say the ticket thing. I don't know. Maybe Howard just felt like why hold the audience in his gripe and let me give some tickets out. But
I mean, I didn't go to the Springsteen. I went to the Springsteen show not as a show of support for Sirius or as a fuck you to Howard. I went to go see my favorite artist in a way that I was never going to get a chance to see him again.
Did you give any of the Sirius execs like mean looks or anything?
No. I hardly saw anybody there. I mean, saw a couple of executives, but it wasn't like you went in, you saw a couple people.
I'm not saying this at all to say you're a bad person, or I just think maybe you made the wrong call. But I don't. I mean, your allegiance is clearly with Howard.
I think that's pretty obvious.
But I think one question is, Gary, do you think Howard carried those feelings over from yesterday about you going to Springsteen to his criticism of you today?
I don't think that's the reason he got mad about the pages, but when he was breaking my balls, he managed to throw that in a couple of times.
Jay in Boston, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Good.
Good. I was just wanting to say that it's very clear over the radio that Howard is bullshit at Gary about going to the concert.
What do you mean?
I feel like Howard feels backstabbed by him.
And you think that's why all this stuff's coming up lately?
I definitely do. And, Gary, how many times have you seen Springsteen? 700? And you couldn't sit this one out?
I've seen him about 50 or 60 times, but if this was Madison Square Garden, I probably wouldn't have gone, but it was a way to see him that I've never seen him in my life. Probably never will again.
Luis in New Mexico, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hello.
Hey, Luis.
Hey, Gary, I'm a big fan, first-time caller. By chance, maybe you got into it with somebody on the staff? Because when you guys... When Howard was busting your balls, it kind of seemed like somebody had control of that switchboard. Because after he started hollering at you, it went back to, I guess, was it orange? When it was white?
No. I know what you're saying. We identified an issue. Nobody was fucking with me. It is a problem. It's a bug in the system that we found.
Why don't you put a number on it? If that said 24, and you can say, Howard, it's number 24. I don't. It's so easy. Why have something that's
24
subjective?
isn't that easy to identify? When you get 50 numbers, it's as hard to find as it is in colors.
If you drop it in a slot and you know it's in slot 24.
But where's slot 24? There's 48 slots on a page. It's not that easy to find.
Well, it's like anything.
No, like an X and a Y.
There's 18,000 ways to do it, but if there were one row that had 10 and then the next 10, I think Howard can put 2 and 2 together. And it just seems like it's not subjective. A number is not subjective like a color is.
But that wasn't the issue today.
That's right.
Yeah, it was. It was about a color. They were going back and forth.
It had nothing to do with how complex the system was or not. JD actually pointed out the glitch, which surprised me and got Gary snapped at me a little bit when I was asking Gary, what is your reaction to the fact that JD identified the glitch, not the Prophet people? And that was the first time Gary snapped at me.
I thought that was a dumbass question.
The reason why...
No, and I'll tell you why, because the Prophet people weren't here. How could... In other words, hold on a second, John. Anybody that could have worked on it hadn't even been called yet. So...
what your response was, anybody who knows the Prophet system would have been able to identify it, but you didn't. JD did.
No, I said that anybody who was working with the system that knows how to look for that stuff hadn't looked at it yet. So I don't know what the big surprise was. Yeah, cool. JD found it. He figured it out.
That's all I was asking
you were making it sound like, am I shocked that JD found it when a guy that works at the profit system couldn't find it? That's how I took it. I thought it was a dumb question.
As a reporter, they had just gotten into it. Then there was a break. So I asked Gary the question. I said, Gary, what do you expect from Howard during this break? And he goes, fuck you. Get out of my face. I've been doing this 30 years. I worked during the break.
I didn't say I've been doing this 30 years. I did. I was pissed at him. I was just plain annoyed that he was following me at that point.
But were you surprised Gary reacted this way to you?
I was surprised at the fuck you. It was a legitimate question, and I thought Gary thought it wasn't. It's a legitimate question.
No, it is a legitimate question. I was just pissed
going in, what do you expect? And so, but look, Gary's always been very forthcoming with the news team. And secondly, he was getting it from all sides today. You had cameras in your face, microphones, all that.
Here's what I will say to you, John. I still hold fast that the first question was a dumbass question, and the second question was a legitimate question, and I was pissed, and I apologize.
Okay. Well, I disagree, because you keep saying we found the glitch. JD found the glitch. Right?
Well, we, our staff, sure.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant we, including yourself.
No, we here at the show.
Okay.
I didn't find anything.
Okay.
All right, I want to move on.
Nor did I ever insinuate that.
Okay.
Thanks, John.
Thanks.
Who came in? John looks dissatisfied with that answer, by the way. Why are you shaking your head, John?
No, I think it's a little disingenuous. Gary said a few times, we found the glitch, and I just wanted to pinpoint it, because I think a lot of people back there were surprised. JD found the glitch. Scott, the engineer, then relayed that message to Gary. That's all I was saying.
Are you saying like I was taking credit for it?
You insinuated that you helped find the glitch, I think. Maybe I heard wrong, but that's what I thought. Did anybody else hear that? Or I'm not picking a fight.
No, I know. I just think I think you're being picky about when I say we found it. That's what I would say to Howard. And when I went in, I told Howard that JD in fact found it. I guess I was saying we when we were talking, but
in the greater we.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think there was anything more to it than that. I think if you ask the staff here, I think you'll find that I'm the last person on the staff to try to take credit for what somebody else did.
We never do that.
On Wednesday's wrap-up show, Sal was back to explain how he mispronounced Elle Macpherson's name as Ellie. But the great thing about Sal is that he'll never admit he's wrong. And we found out what Sal meant by why magazines talk, and it's just another fascinating insight into the mind that is Sal Governale. Not too deep, but thoroughly entertaining.
Jim in Pennsylvania, you're on the wrap-up show.
I wanted to talk about the Elle Macpherson thing.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to call bullshit on Sal not knowing how to pronounce her name, because, I mean, for 25, 30 years, I've never heard anybody call her Ellie. I mean, if there was an I in her name, I'd say, yeah, you could get that confused, but E-L-L-E, I mean, come on, he knew Howard would pick up on that.
Jim, I knew it. I swear to you, on the life of my children, if you were in here yesterday and you saw Sal, right, doing it, there was no hint of comedy at all, and when I cracked a joke about it again, and he looked at me and asked why I was bringing it up, he looked genuinely surprised.
Sal,
first of all, I don't think Ellie Macpherson from Ellie or however the hell it's spelt is such a huge stretch.
But
I think
we're not.
If there was a name, B-E-L-L-E, what's that name?
Belle.
E.
Belle. No, B-E-L-L-E.
Yeah,
like Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Exactly. Take away the B.
Would you think the B? L, I guess. L. Good point. I mean, but that's like but that's like McKine. That's like spell machine. McKine.
But Sal,
it's the same thing. Pronunciation.
You know, Belle's the right way to say it, right?
Yeah.
So if someone started calling Belle Belly, wouldn't you think they're a moron?
Belle to Belly, yes. L to Ellie, no. Ellie's probably a popular name. It sounds like a feminine name.
Okay, here's the other thing too. I'm going to even toss out the spelling thing.
I just made a mistake on a name.
I'm going to toss out the spelling part of it.
Okay, toss it
She
out.
really is an iconic figure of the last 25, 30 years.
Not on my radar, my friend. She's really not on my radar. I'm telling you, she really isn't.
Was Cheryl Tiegs on your radar?
When I was a kid, yeah.
Right, okay.
Ellie wasn't. I mean, Elle wasn't. She really wasn't on my radar.
She's probably one of the top 5 best-known supermodels.
Top 3, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I'm not in that department, and maybe I was busy looking at Penthouse at the time. I know Cheryl Tiegs. I know Christy Brinkley. I thought, I know Mrs. McPherson.
Howard's other point this morning was, even though she might be outside your wheelhouse, that she's been talked about here for like the last week or two.
And on the show, Howard said
I'm busy.
But the whole day, Howard goes,
I'm busy.
So, L, how are you doing? So, L, what did you do? So, L, when did you get married? Did you not hear that?
Yes, I did. And
did you think he was doing it wrong?
So, Gar, how you doing? Not Gary. Gar,
right,
how
right.
you doing? I mean, that's how. And
Makes
again,
sense now.
I think you guys are just like you're putting me on a petri dish under a microscope, and you're really. You're just scrutinizing every little thing. It's not that big of a deal. I know you find it to be a big deal, but L. McPherson, L, is not that big in my world, and I think in the entertainment spectrum as you guys are making her out to be. And everybody fucks up. Who's the drummer from, all right, he's been here 3 times. Who's the drummer, Gary, just Gary, from the Foo Fighters?
Well, I thought it was Dave Grohl, but it's not.
It's who?
Taylor, and I don't know what his last name is.
All right. Taylor Hawkins.
Okay.
Today, Howard called him Taylor Hawks. He screwed up. He interviewed the guy 3 times. He's a popular drummer. He's in the spectrum of the entertainment industry.
I don't think Taylor Hawkins is anywhere near the recognizability of Al McPherson.
But Howard did interview him 3 fucking times. I
Now,
mean,
do you think if you brought that up to Howard's attention, he'd fight you on it and say, no, Hawks, I meant to do it on purpose. Right. He'd say, you know what, yeah, I was wrong. I said his name wrong.
I'm wrong, too, but I don't think that not as wrong as you think I am. I'm just not as wrong.
The best thing today.
I'm wrong. I'm not
and
stupid
the reason
wrong.
why I didn't go to Howard to argue it is because it's Howard. I waited to do it here.
A great moment today was
I'm no idiot.
I was waiting to go in to do my update.
Well, maybe a little bit.
And Sal comes over to me. He goes, I knew it was L. And I go, no, you didn't. And he's
I knew it.
And he goes, Jesus, I can't even pull that off. Like, he tried to, and
Yeah.
he didn't know it. It was a mistake. It was funny. But Jason's right. The issue wasn't the mistake. It was more how you fought it with Robin telling her that magazines don't talk. And,
Yeah, she goes, can't you read magazines? Yeah. You can read but if I read phone on a magazine, I would phone. You know what I mean?
What? No.
Phone. Like,
I don't know what you mean.
Like, she's saying just because it's written, you should be able to announce it.
Yes.
If I see phone on a magazine, yes, you don't say phone, you say phone. A magazine doesn't speak. That was my point.
Did
Robin,
you think it was called Ellie Magazine?
He did.
Oh, she has that magazine. That's right. That's the magazine. I didn't even know that. Now it's all coming. I've heard of the magazine, sure.
What about VOGUE? That one is.
Okay, if
it's Vogue.
Right.
Vogue.
Well, right. If a magazine could speak, you would say they would say Vogue. Otherwise you would see it as Vogue. Robin.
No, you wouldn't.
I'm saying Robin. Guys, the point I'm trying to make is that Robin's argument doesn't hold water. She's saying that it's written on the magazine. That doesn't matter. I guess now that it's a cover of a magazine and it's a popular magazine, I know what she's saying. But even then, I don't know. I know the magazine, Elle Magazine.
Yeah. Anthony in Texas, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, Anthony?
Hey, first of all, happy birthday, Gary.
Thank you.
I'm talking about what's the name, Sal. I've heard of Elle McPherson before, but she's not somebody, on somebody's radar like you would a Christy Brinkley or something like that. I mean, I grew up with I don't know, it just, you don't really think about her, I mean.
Yeah, but Anthony, Anthony, you said her name. It's Al McPherson.
Yeah, not Ellie McPherson.
Yeah, but he also heard it. He knows it now from the show. He was corrected just like
you're saying that he didn't know it before yesterday?
Well, he perhaps, maybe not, but he said she's not big in the spectrum of
By the way,
celebrities
didn't
out
he
there.
just say he's also a fan of Kristen Brinkley?
He said Christy Brinkley.
Oh, he did? Okay.
I think it's funny because I think Christy Brinkley and Cheryl Teagues, I think Elle McPherson falls right in there.
Did you think Elle Magazine was named after, or Ellie, whatever you want to say?
When I heard Elle Magazine, I'm thinking perhaps she is a model, and Oprah has the O Magazine. Maybe Elle's Elle Magazine. I don't read modeling magazines. I don't read female magazines unless they're naked spread eagle.
I picture Sal looking for a magazine.
That's the only female magazine I read.
Were you looking for a magazine with the letter L on it, and that's it?
I wasn't looking for any magazine.
All right, thanks for calling in, Ted.
It was Robin. When Robin said, "Don't you know the name from the magazines?" I thought she meant it on a broad spectrum, like Elle is interviewed in numerous magazines. She's a supermodel. I didn't know she specifically meant Elle Magazine.
So you thought she was talking about the person in a magazine.
Exactly. Like, don't you read?
That actually makes the magazines don't talk comment much more interesting.
Well, yeah. Thank you, Gary.
Dude, I fucked up.
They're on the line right now. The security does.
Was she booked for
Wow, I
today?
had no idea.
Way earlier than. I'm just saying
I fucked up. She's on the calendar for. Let's just get him up and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to talk to you about something really quick. It's important. Oh.
Yeah, they still got a great television show, right?
That's all very informative.
Wait a minute, put yourself together now.
I can't. I don't know what the fuck happened.
What are you
I had it on my
doing?
calendar. I don't know what the fuck happened. So she said we're going to try to get Eric on the phone. And he's got a couple of notes on it. I mean, she doesn't know there's any drama. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff to get.
I know. But now you can do your stuff. I just wanted you to know that before.
Oh dear.
Mary, is this are these appearances at this point very easy for you? I mean, most people get nervous to talk to Howard, but
I'm always a little nervous, sure.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
he knows you and
He knows me.
respects you, and you go back, you have a past with him, and,
That you have to hope that means something, but you never know with him.
and now a connection to Eric the Midget. So,
And now that.
I mean, you're VIP up here, so
Oh well, thank you. That's nice. That'll help me. That takes a little of the nerves away.
good. All right, we'll see you in the studio,
Okay,
Mary.
honey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In a couple of seconds, we'll be talking to Mary McCormick.
Ooh.
Who Gary forgot was coming in today.
You're kidding.
No, he never told me.
I knew. She's
Eric knew.
here, and he forgot her?
He did. He came in. He goes, Wolf. I forgot Mary.
Sorry, they're talking about
He forgot to pull the call. He
Gary forgot you were
Mary's
coming in
doing
today.
Yeah, he's out of it.
What's going on?
What an asshole you are.
So sad.
How'd you forget that Mary was coming in? I mean, you're in
You know,
charge.
I got the email. I wrote back her people and I said yeah, it's on the calendar, and then it just wasn't on the calendar.
Yeah.
I knew she was booked. I just forgot it was for today.
Who's in charge of putting it on the calendar?
Me.
Oh, you just didn't do it.
I guess not.
Maybe you thought of her because she was in my movie as like part of the show and part of the family.
No. Shit happens. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No big deal.
But she wouldn't have brought it up on the air.
I bet you didn't forget going to the Springsteen show.
I did not.
Yeah. I was surprised you went, man. Knowing sort of like what's going on and everything. Yeah.
Well, in what respect?
Nothing. Never mind. I'm not going to bring it up.
Respect?
I'll bring it. You don't know what I'm talking about?
I went to go see Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we know where.
I mean, is there more you want to say?
No, that's okay. Do what you have to do, bro. Can't live without a Springsteen concert. How was that concert that I paid for?
It was actually very good.
Yeah. Everyone had a good time? What did we pay, Bruce? $1 or $2 million?
I have no idea. I have no idea how that worked out.
Good. Everybody party on. Party on, bro.
This is all we got here, too. This is just as much as we can do real quick. Let me see. Just that this is the final season of the show, which is premiering this week. Average 5 million viewers last year. She's working on another show.
She had 3 kids.
Yeah,
Mary's
6
months old.
Yeah,
we're going to try and get Eric, too, up.
We're trying.
Yeah.
You know, we're definitely trying.
He's deadly.
You don't want him on?
I don't know. What do you think?
I
think we kind of did it. We did that rap with him, though.
But I think it's sort of good, but, I said to, she said she thought he was nice. I was like, you don't really know. All right, so tell Steve we can
find an angle on her. Mary McCormick is, what is she? Oh, she's promoting In Plain Sight, of course.
Of course.
What the hell happened with that show? What?
It comes and goes. You know, they have a season.
I thought it was a big hit show. Why is it ending?
They probably had, what, a 5-year run or something?
Mary, be honest with me. Hi, Mary.
Hey there.
So beautiful, Mary McCormick. Look at her. Lovely. Just had a kid and she's already lovely.
I'm on my way.
Good for you. What are you doing?
Fighting my way back.
When you're an actress and you have a baby,
Yeah.
there's a mad dash to get back in shape.
Yeah,
Right?
sure.
So what are you doing to get in shape? Pilates?
I'm not doing Pilates.
Yeah.
I'm running.
Are you running? How many miles a day?
Oh, I don't do more than 3. I don't have a lot of time. I do work sort of long days when I'm shooting.
And you're eating or no?
I'm eating. I have to eat. I don't eat a ton though. When I'm working, I have to like sort of remind myself to eat.
How much weight do you gain when you're pregnant?
I gain a lot. I'm
You did?
pretty serious about it. I
Did
think
you-
maybe because I'm an actress. I think I'm a big girl anyway. I mean, I think I definitely sort of can gain weight
Well, you're tall.
pretty easily. But
Yeah.
you're sweet. But
How much weight do you gain?
Geez.
Like,
I
did
don't
you go
know.
up? Like, what did you go up to?
Oh, I was at 2.
200?
Yeah.
Holy smoke!
No, I don't mess around.
200 pounds.
Yeah.
Maron. And
You wouldn't even recognize
I
it.
mean, good thing I didn't see
like
you.
neck fat, and no, I would never. I didn't leave the house for the last few months. I think because I have like 3 times in my life where I can be big fatty, and people are like, "You look great."
Did you feel like you had cement in your ass? I mean, like our last guest. Our last guest had cement in her ass.
Oh, really? No.
Yeah, no. But I mean, you feel as a woman, and I know you're used to getting a lot of attention from men. You're attractive,
I'm
obviously.
not, no.
Yes, you are. And so, all of a sudden, do you feel ugly or do you feel beautiful?
No, I don't feel beautiful. I don't feel beautiful or powerful. I feel disgusting.
And sex with your husband goes on during pregnancy, or you just back off?
It does, but I think it's like I feel sorry for him.
It's mercy sex.
Yeah, a little. I feel sorry for him. I don't know. I don't know what he feels, but he's kind. I married a kind man.
And was he like, no, you're so beautiful, you glow.
He says the perfect thing.
He said the right thing.
I married the right guy.
And were you like, look, it's perfectly fine with me if we don't fuck during my pregnancy?
No, because I think probably he wants to have sex too. I think like I don't want to be a lame wife in that area. I mean, I'm already
why not just jerk him off and then like you won't have to deal with the whole sex? But although maybe you wanted to have sex during the pregnancy, but at some point,
at a certain point, you don't really want to have sex because you're in so much.
The 6 month by then, no more.
Yeah, well, you just get so uncomfortable. I mean, you feel kind of gross and protective of the baby, and even though there's nothing wrong with that, I don't know. You just start to feel like, oh, your boobs hurt. I mean, everything hurts.
And if you get up to 200 pounds, you're like, hey, suddenly I'm like a mercy.
It was unbelievable.
Wow, I can't imagine.
But I did that. I became huge with each of the babies.
Are you a breastfeeder? Do you feed?
I did breastfeed with each of them.
And doesn't that supposedly shrink your vagina or your uterus or something?
It says it shrinks your uterus back a little, and I think initially it does, but I really lose all my weight after I stop breastfeeding because you need fewer calories. Like when you're breastfeeding, you're famished all the time, or at least I am. I mean, you have to eat so much to make milk.
How long are you going to breastfeed? Are you breastfeeding currently?
I'm not.
You're not.
She's
done.
6 months. She just turned 6 months.
So you stop after what? 3 months?
With this one, I stopped after 3 because I was back in running around with a gun and jeans, and I mean, I sort of felt like I owed. I have a crew of 200 people who, want me to show up and be able to shoot.
I can't believe you had milk coming out of your titties.
Lots.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I knew her before
big
she
boobs.
ever had milk in her titties.
It's true.
It's true. I
have big boobs, so I did not. I mean, I don't know if that matters, but I never had a problem making a lot of milk.
But don't they recommend 1 year of breastfeeding if your kid's brain is going to form or something? That it makes
her kids are not going to have brains?
No, it makes the kids smarter.
Tough break. Mommy's on TV.
When you were working with Eric the Midget, did you breastfeed him? Did you attempt? Because sometimes you forget and he looks like a baby. You know what I mean?
I did. I had Lillian on one and Eric on the other.
Be honest.
Yeah.
How was it? Eric, I'll put you on. Eric's on.
You're a fellow actor.
You're forever sort of attached to him now.
I love Eric.
You liked Eric?
Yeah, he was lovely.
By the way, there is a behind-the-scenes Howard TV special of In Plain Sight. And
with Eric?
With Eric the actor. And Mary is a part of it. I see her there on the set.
Wonderful.
And she's schmoozing Eric, and Eric stares at her and doesn't say a fucking word.
Anything to her either.
He didn't say that.
No, we had a few conversations.
There is a piece of tape that's part of this special that will be on Howard TV, where he somehow gets what's that actress?
Tia Carrere.
Tia Carrere into his, did you know this?
No.
He gets Tia Carrere into his trailer, and she shows up, and she's like, okay, they tell her there's a guy in a wheelchair wants to meet her, so she can't say no. She gets into Eric's trailer, and she goes, oh, hi, Eric, and he's like, and then she goes, Eric, so how do you enjoy working on In Plain Sight? She's trying to be nice to him and start a conversation. He's like, good. And now Tia Carrere is staring at him, waiting. She knows she can't just walk away. So then she goes, well, Eric, did you like being an actor? Yes.
Does she know that he's on the show?
I don't know, but I felt so... Eric, she was so trapped with you. Good Lord. You have no rap with women.
Yeah, right. Okay, whatever.
Hey, dude, wait till you see this show. You're in there with Tia Carrere. You finally get her in there, and nothing happens.
I love it.
That's Eric's theme music. Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
How are you?
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. You want to talk to Mary. Go ahead. I'll be quiet. Sorry, Eric. Hey, this is Eric with a girl.
All right.
All right, here we go.
So how are you doing this morning?
I'm all right. Eric, how are you?
I'm good.
That's a wrap.
How are things going on the set now?
Things are okay. We're getting through it. We're in our second to last episode.
Well, that's good. So is there going to be any rap parties or anything like that?
Oh,
There is a rap party. You're welcome to come.
Yeah, but you'll have to fly him in and get him an oxygen
get there
tank.
yourself.
Yeah, right. Eric, why don't you just go to the rap party?
Will there be Pepsi?
Eric was at the America's Got Talent taping in San Francisco.
Yes, he was.
And I did go over and say hi, and I said, "Hey, Eric, what's happening?" He goes, but it was hard to talk. There was a lot of noise.
A lot of noise in the room, huh?
Eric, are you done with Mary? Mary, by the way, was very kind of you to put Eric in the show.
Happy to.
Yeah. How did he do, really?
He did great.
Yeah. Have you seen his work?
I haven't seen it all cut together.
Right.
But I was there.
Were you
in the scene
told that
with
he did
him.
a good job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did great.
Yeah. Mary says you did great. She's a tough critic.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing it.
All right, Eric. If your husband died, and I don't wish that, but let's say you did.
Yeah.
He's human. It could happen.
Sure.
Would you ever date Eric? Or were you attracted to him at all?
I'll never say never.
Right.
You know, I'd have to get to know him a little better.
Uh-oh, now your husband's in danger.
Yeah. Poor Michael.
Eric will be plotting his death.
Eric, is Mary your type? I mean, would you bang Mary?
Sure, she's my type.
Right.
Good. Thank God. I'm like,
Yeah. Imagine he said, no, she's
I'm not feeling
that,
great. Yeah.
She's not that hot.
It's a slow climb back.
Well, Eric, I'm proud of you. You know, you were a gentleman over there.
Yeah, he was great.
He would have banged you even when you were 200 pounds.
That's nice of him.
Right.
He would have said all the right things.
You're not kidding. He would have said all the right things.
Absolutely.
You're beautiful at 200. I like a linebacker.
Okay, Eric. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Good talking to you.
Bye, Eric.
Bye. When is your episode air, by the way, Eric?
Oh, yeah. When does it?
On the 23rd of March.
23rd of
And
March.
Yesterday was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
birthday.
How old are you? Like 13?
No, 37 now.
37.
Wow.
All right. All right. Happy birthday. What'd you do for your birthday?
Well, actually, just went out to breakfast, and that was it for my birthday. The day before, I hung out with my family.
Get any good presents?
Hey, you know what? I'm thinking about this for a second, if I can be serious.
Uh-huh.
What age did they say you were going to drop dead, Eric?
I was not expected to make it out of my teens.
Yeah. Now he's
See,
37.
He's 37 years old.
So what do you want? What do you want to say to your doctor? Fuck you. You're the man. You did it. You beat the odds. That's what I tell my dog every day. She was only supposed to live to 8. She's 10. I go, tell the doctor, fuck you.
Every day's
That's
a gift.
right.
But
Every
did
day's
Eric-
a gift, isn't it, Eric?
Did Eric get any good birthday presents?
No.
No?
No, of course not.
Yeah, I got Amazon gift cards.
Oh, okay.
From
He
who?
loves those.
Who gave you an Amazon gift card?
Well, my grandma, my brother, and my parents.
Mary's going to cry. Well,
He loves Amazon gift cards.
yeah.
Who doesn't?
I sent roller skates. He said it was inappropriate. All right. All right. Thank you, Eric.
You haven't gotten any other dumb tweets from any of the fake accounts, have you?
No,
Mary?
no.
I don't think so. Thank you for telling me about that.
What? You got a fake tweet from an Eric imitator?
Yeah.
And what was it mean?
No,
No.
I don't think it was. I don't remember. I remember I got one from him, or I think
You don't know.
I don't remember. I don't actually always. I'll go
You
away
tweet
for
a
weeks.
lot, actually.
Like I'll do like 10 in a row, and
Yeah.
then I won't look at it for a month because I get busy.
But
So
Mary's like
I'm really inconsistent.
Mary's very nice on Twitter and
Uh-huh.
answers.
Well, 'cause-
she's very sweet to people. And,
Well-
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have that kind of sense of humor. Some actors tweet a lot and they're doing material, and I
Right.
just think that, or they're like, "Oh, it's sunny where I am today," and I think, who cares?
Yeah,
like,
but
who cares?
Mary's like, yeah, she answers pregnancy questions. And,
Or
you
I'll
know.
say happy birthday to their
Yeah.
sister. I mean, I don't mind. That seems nice.
All right, Eric, I got to go interview Mary now.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, the fake Twitter account said to stop posting pictures of her and I together.
Okay. All right, Eric. Thanks. He thinks
That's right.
He thinks I always know what he's. Thanks, Eric. Yeah, I think he thinks I know what he's talking about all the time.
Yeah.
What is he saying?
He said that the fake Eric on Twitter wrote and said, "Don't post pictures of me," because I posted a picture of Eric.
Okay.
I see.
Do you follow Eric?
No.
No.
But I don't follow a lot of people. I just don't want. I rarely look at it. I'm terrible.
Right.
I'll do if I have a little time, I'll do a bunch, and then I don't, and then I get busy and I forget about it.
I felt really bad when I went out to L.A. I don't get to see Mary a lot, So I felt really bad that when I was at Jimmy's party, I barely spent any time with you.
I got some time with you, and I got some time with Beth. I mean, it was all right. It was fun. We had fun. I knew a lot of people there.
Yeah, it's a good party.
Yeah, it is.
And are you aware that there are people who are afraid to meet me?
Yes.
You knew this?
Well, of course. Are you an idiot?
Yeah, I guess so. What would be intimidating?
What are you talking about?
Who's afraid to meet him?
Yo, I was listening to John Hines' show.
Uh-huh.
And there was an actor there, this guy.
What's his name?
He's on Parks and Recreation. I don't know his name. What is this guy's name? Do you know this guy?
I've seen him before. I don't know his name.
Adam Scott.
Adam Scott.
Yeah, Adam Scott.
Right.
Great actor.
So and he's afraid to meet you?
Yeah,
he was at the party last year.
Yeah, so the guy says, gee, Jimmy was supposed to introduce me, and I had a whole speech planned for Howard. And I'm like, what am I, the fucking Messiah? I mean, honest to God. I mean, what is that? And so the guy came...
People are fans of the show, and I think it's hard to meet someone when you're a big fan.
But why wouldn't you walk up and just say, hey, I'm a fan of the show.
You're at the party.
No, you say, my name is Adam Scott. I'm an actor on Parks and Recreation. And, I like to say hello to you and meet you. And I'd say, hey, Adam, what's happened? I mean... What is this all of a sudden? People are afraid to meet me.
All of a sudden?
All of a sudden? What is it about me?
Yeah, he doesn't hear the reputation he has.
You tell him.
Well, you tell me, Mary. What is it?
No, Robin, you tell him.
No, Mary, what is it?
Well, I don't know, because I didn't know you as... I mean, you've always been sweet to me, so
right.
I'm not... I don't have those feelings, but I think people, it can be a tough room, it can be a tough interview. I think people think that your sense of humor on the radio show might be...
carried on in person?
Maybe, yeah.
Do you think it has to do with the fact that I'm a judge now? People feel I'm sitting in judgment.
Maybe that you're judging. You're so into your position. What a douche.
I'm a judge.
What, you're a judge?
No, I don't
I'm
think
a judge.
it's that. No, but actors, you have a lot of... that's a fancy party now. You're hobnobbing.
It's a big deal.
I remember when we first started to become friends, you wouldn't go to those parties because you'd say it was too difficult for you to then do your radio show. But now all your friends are famous people. You have a lot of super famous actor friends.
Yeah, I dropped all my regular friends.
Seems like it.
Yeah, I really have.
No, it's all...
And you know
he's not taken with himself.
I'm so much happier. Famous friends are better than regular
You've got
friends.
a lot of them.
But you know what? A lot of the people at Jimmy's party...
Are not your friends?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know them.
Right. But you have a lot of more famous friends now than when we first got
But who is my... I mean, Jimmy's a famous friend.
Kristen Bell. You've got all kinds of famous friends.
K-Bell, you mean? Yeah, we call her K-Bell.
Yeah, I mean, it's a new time in your life where famous people are sort of now allowed in. They weren't allowed in before.
K-Bell is... Yeah, that's true. And you know what I realized?
You were vigilant about it.
Can I tell you something that happened to me? And this happened in therapy. I said, for so long, I've actually kept myself isolated. Mm-hmm. Like I would not be friends with anybody famous. I felt that
I remember.
It was like, that's not me. That's not who I am. And then one day I'm sitting there, I go, you know what? I'm in show business. I didn't believe I was. And then I said, I am in show business. And whenever I get to meet somebody who's famous and they start to talk about what it's like for them, I feel that we have something in common that we can talk about. Mm-hmm. And it's very interesting to me to hear Jimmy talk about his job, or to hear, when we became friends, to hear you talk about acting and being on a set. And I found that I said, why shouldn't I have some famous friends? So it's not that I socialize a lot anyway. But I became friends with you, and my life was better for it. So, so why shouldn't I have some famous friends?
Well, I'm not really famous, but...
Well, you are. I mean, you're on a show. But why is the show ending? Did the ratings go down?
No, our ratings are really good. I think... I mean, I don't know. I'd have to ask the USA folks that, but I think, shows get more expensive as they go on in years. And, a lot more.
Are you sad? Don't give me the PR answer.
No, I'll give you the real
Are you
answer.
sad?
I'm not sad because
Right.
I feel so tired. I'm so tired from the work. But
And also having 3 kids.
yeah, I think I should be around more than I'm around right now. I
And
know
you-
I should.
Will you bring the kids to the set?
They come to the set, but they're kids, so they have school and they have lessons and they have
So do they go to school in New Mexico?
Both.
Oh,
They go both places. They get
And that's
pulled out.
weird.
It's not good. Yeah.
I mean,
ultimately.
Are they sad when they leave New Mexico friends and then have to go to
They're
LA
not.
friends?
I think they're so used to it, which is I think they're so used to it, like just going back and forth.
Do you regret having a 3rd kid?
No.
You're
no,
happy
she's
about
so
it?
sweet.
Wasn't
yeah.
it an accident?
No.
This was planned.
Yeah.
And when you go on talk shows,
more than planned. I mean, she was mixed in a dish.
when you go on talk show, she was.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean you couldn't get knocked up the regular way?
No, I tried. With the first two, I had no trouble, and this one I had to sort of involve a bunch of science.
Oh wow! So they're
Yeah.
your eggs.
Yes, it's all us, which is nice and.
So that you went somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens?
Well,
Michael has to go into a dish.
He goes into a little room and does his thing, and then they
harvested your eggs?
Yeah, you sort of take a bunch of drugs, and then they take the eggs out of your body, and then they put it in a dish.
How many times did you go through that?
4.
It's very dangerous, I feel. All
But
these
it's
drugs.
painful, isn't it?
It's a little painful. It's not that painful, but the shots suck. I mean,
Yeah.
that sucks, and your hormones go crazy. And you're right; it's probably not good for your body.
No, I'm
Right.
against it.
I
but
know you are.
I really am.
I know, but I needed that little bit. I just wanted her so much.
I feel a lot of women are going to get issues from these drugs
Don't
they
say
give
that.
them.
Don't
Not
say
you.
that.
Not you.
Not me.
Knock on
Don't
wood.
say it. I am. I'm knocking on wood right
Go
now.
ahead. There is no wood.
That's what. Oh,
I'm sure it's fake.
shit.
So,
I'm fucked.
wait a second. So you went through that 4 times. They put these drugs in you, and then you got your baby.
Dr. Ringler, Santa Monica.
Did you
Amazing.
want a boy?
No, I didn't care about gender at all. I mean, I really didn't.
You're not disappointed that
No,
you
I
have a
kind of
third
think.
girl?
I mean, I will be when they're teenagers. I know I'm doomed.
Right.
But,
and when you go on
it's cute
talk
now.
shows and you talk about you don't like your second daughter.
I do like her, but I
You said you
I
don't
just
like
give her
her.
shit.
Yeah,
I know.
but-
she's a piece of work.
But don't you think she's going to grow up and see that
She
at some
might,
point?
but if she doesn't get the joke, then that's no daughter. I mean, that's just she has to get
You'll
the joke.
disown her.
It's hard to come up with material.
See, people don't understand that. I've explained
It's
that to
hard
my
to come
kids.
up with bits.
My kids see a lot of my old stuff,
well,
and
they
they go,
have to
"Dad,
just
how
roll
could
with
you
it."
have said this? How could you say?" I said, "You don't understand.
It's difficult.
It's pressure to come
I
up
don't
with
know how
material."
you do it. You do it every day. I do it once a year.
Yeah, right. It's pressure to come up with stuff.
It's hard.
So you would go on these talk shows and you say, "You know, it would be funny if I said, gee, one of my kids is not that nice."
Well, because parents suck when they talk about their kids. I'm so bored of parents, and like their kids are miracles, and everything they do is
Right.
interesting.
And they're all
And they're not.
geniuses.
They're just like everyone else's kids, and
Right.
yeah. So I think it's more. I think it's sort of refreshing if you hate your kids.
I respect that. You know, whenever I get together with you socially, I notice you never even talk about your kids.
Because no one wants to know.
On purpose, though.
Yeah, because it's aggressive when you start showing pictures of your kids.
But don't you find that you want to talk a little bit about
No.
your kids, and then being with me is a drag because
no,
I don't
talk about my kids to anyone unless they ask a specific question. Because I think like people who whip out their iPhone and then start scrolling, I want to blow my brains out.
Yeah, you see, my parents told me that though. See, and it's not good. My parents used to say, my mother would say, "We hate these people. They carry pictures of their children in their wallets, and they show them to us."
Do you have
She's right.
pictures?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
But
my,
at least
my
she
father
has
goes.
pictures.
Of course, it has nothing.
Yeah, but
listen, my
Mary,
husband and
the
I can
pictures
talk
are-
about my kids all day long.
Right, the pictures
but that's
are for
an
you.
appropriate audience.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's what I said.
His parents wouldn't even carry pictures.
No, my father goes, "I won't carry a picture of you. Why would I do that?"
That's different. No,
and
we
I
have a
was
lot
just
of
like,
pictures.
"Do you hate me?"
No.
And you know, when I had my kids, I made a point to carry a picture
Yeah,
of
that's
them.
different. Of course,
For
that feels like
myself.
love. Of course, and also for them, so that then they see you have a picture
Yes,
of them.
Right. yes.
No, that's love. But I don't know that you have to share it with everyone else.
Right.
Unless, I mean, Beth is very, very sweet, like perfect manners, and always says, "I need to see an updated photo of Lil." Like she couldn't
That's
be sweeter.
why I love her.
She
because
could not be sweeter.
I
And
don't-
I don't care if she means it or not. It's like lovely. It's
I've
lovely.
blocked out that you have kids. You know what I
I
mean?
know.
I don't
You
want to
don't
know
know
that
that.
anyone
I
has
know.
kids.
I
don't
know.
give
I
a
get
fuck
it.
to talk about kids. I like Mary when she doesn't have kids.
I know.
And then, but Beth is like an angel.
She's
She'll
so
go,
sweet.
You know, Mary, what
Perfect
do you think?
manners.
What's this one? Lil? You know, I go, who's Lil?
No,
You
she's so
know,
sweet. I
yeah.
know. She has perfect manners.
Yeah, right.
No,
She's
you
like-
couldn't have done better. You
No,
definitely married
She
well.
knows how to.
She's lovely.
Right. Right.
She's perfect.
No, she's perfect. She asks all the questions.
But I would never offer a picture of Lil unless someone wrote to me specifically, and maybe even 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
and
a lot
said,
of times-
hey, you never sent that photo. Like, I just think parents bore me with the photos.
Yeah, Beth will complain later when we get home, and then I'll say, well, why did you ask for the picture? She goes, well, I was
I'm
being
sure,
nice.
I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure, but I do make her ask 2 or 3 times. I don't willy-nilly send
No,
them.
you're smart. You're smart. So the show is ending, and now you're happy because you'll get out of New Mexico.
I love the show. I actually have loved it. I mean, I love the part. The show creator wrote a great part for me.
And it
was a
has to
great
be
part.
good money.
It was great money, and it was fun. I work with great people.
I mean, there isn't a time when we're sitting around talking about you. I go, I wonder what Mary got paid to be on In Plain Sight. It had to be some pretty good money. Yeah, what do I?
Obsessed with them.
No, I want to know how she's doing. I want to know if she's set up for life.
Fine.
Yeah, are you set up?
Well, for life, no. But I have
No.
3 kids, so I mean that and
And your husband's doing well.
he's doing well.
Is he making some money though?
He is. He's
or is he
doing
walking
great.
around being an artist?
No, he's doing the finale of Smash right now. He's
Right.
directing that.
He's
doing
directing
great.
that.
He's working, which
All
is
right.
fabulous.
Are you scared now you'll never find work again because all actresses are insecure?
I just signed up to do a half-hour sitcom. Actually,
Oh,
that
wow.
I've never done. I know.
No kidding. Now, who will that be for?
ABC.
ABC. So they came to you and they said,
Do you want to do this? And I
Right.
read it, and I love the writer.
did you suck up to Bob Iger at Jimmy's party? Bob Iger
I did
is
not
the-
meet Bob Iger.
He's the head of Disney.
I know,
He's
I
the head of
didn't meet
ABC. And you, why didn't you say to me, Howard,
'Cause what am I
introduce
gonna-
me to Bobby Iger?
I didn't even know Bobby Iger was there.
Yeah, we call him Bob.
I know you.
Right,
I got it.
right.
He's so fancy now.
Yeah. Oh, I have a lot of fancy friends.
I know.
See me talking to George Clooney? Invited me to that place of his in Italy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I said I'm too busy. I told him, why the fuck would I go there? What's doing there? That's the way I am. That's the way I roll now, yeah. So when you were at the party, who did you talk to the whole time?
I talked to Stamos, which is always fun.
Yeah, did he tell you how, I got to find the right girl, I got to find the right girl.
Didn't
Go,
you have a
fuck
girl
off.
with him? That
Oh, yeah,
night?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he's still trying to find the right
He
girl.
could be in a room with a girl going, I got to find the right girl. I go, well, what's wrong with the one you have? She's gorgeous. What could,
Yeah,
I mean,
what's
how
his
bad?
What's his deal?
It's like he can't find the right woman. I mean, fuck off. You know what? Better he doesn't get with a woman. Because he's never going to stay faithful. He's too good looking. And he loves it. And he loves banging multiple models and
Really,
chicks.
yeah.
For him to be in a relationship is impossible.
Right.
Right? You agree?
I don't know.
What did you talk to Stamos about the whole time?
We were talking about. He was talking about TV and what he was doing next, and
Oh.
the show.
Lucky.
And yeah.
Sounds like you're a lucky girl.
The typical Hollywood conversation.
Yeah, right. What did you say? Oh, yes, I'm doing a sitcom. And then he said, oh, I'm doing this and that. Oh, that sounds like a good conversation.
It was okay.
Sounds like you had a fun time.
It was
Who else
okay.
did you talk to
I
there?
talked to Courtney.
Courtney Cox. Oh, there's a lot to be said there.
Yeah, I
and
like her a
David and
lot.
Courtney are friends. They walk around
Hats
together.
off. They
Yeah.
should. I think that's nice.
I'm proud of David.
Yeah.
He took the high road.
Yeah, I think that's really nice.
Yeah.
Which road else could he take?
Well, why not? Right. You're right. He took the high road. Well, listen,
It's the right road.
a lot of couples get divorced. They can't even talk to each other. You know?
I talked to Krista Miller.
Krista, lovely girl.
Lovely.
I did a whole photo shoot of her.
I heard.
An
I saw-
erotic.
yeah.
What did you
yeah,
think?
she said. No,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. She said that you did.
Who's a better conversationalist, Eric the actor or John Stamos? I love Stamos. You know that.
So nice.
So that was Krista. You,
I talked to Carol Leifer.
Carol
I like her a
Leifer.
lot.
Right. How long did you talk to her for?
A good amount of time.
Right. She's there with her lesbian life mate, right? Yeah, that's
and I
always
talked
fun.
to George Clooney.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, well, I worked with George.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
On
this short-lived HBO show called K Street.
Yeah. Who was an ass at the party to you? Who did you go home and talk behind their back and say, ugh?
I don't
they
think I
look
did.
Did you say anybody look really bad?
No, everyone looks amazing. It's
Side main.
incredible. That's,
Yeah, but I felt
that's a
bad.
pretty good-looking group.
See, I went home. Yeah, no kidding.
I think I went home and was like, oh, I got to pull my crap together.
Jimmy takes pictures at the party and then sends them
yeah?
to me. And he goes, if there's any you don't like, I'll get rid of them. So I look at myself standing next to George Clooney, and like David Arquette's a good-looking guy, and this one, and Mary's husband's a good-looking guy, and it's like you know
So
what?
all these pictures are bad.
Yeah, I look shitty in every picture. Yeah,
I wouldn't
really
want to
do.
see any of those.
Oh my God! And I just go, look, leave me out of those fucking pictures, would you? He goes, surely you must like one of them, but I don't. I don't like the way I look.
No, I don't like the way I look.
Yeah, well, you know, you look good, believe me. Well, anyway, look, the show is
In plain
sight. It premieres this Friday night at 10 o'clock on USA. This is the last season because it's too expensive to make.
Right. And I have a baby in this season. because they had to write my pregnancy in last season. So this season I have a baby.
So you got a gun, a baby.
Yeah, and when we shoot the baby days, we have like 8 babies on set.
That's realistic.
They just keep taking them out.
A pregnant woman who shoots people.
That's right.
That's right. You know, that would have been a great part for Eric, being the baby. Why didn't you make him the baby?
He could be one of the 8 babies.
That would be great.
All of a sudden, like, you know.
Same T-shirt. They're all dressed the same.
Why don't you guys hire me as a writer? I could come up with some stuff. Let's go to Jim. Jim, good morning. You're on the air.
Hi, Mary. How you doing this morning?
Okay, thanks.
I wanted to ask you a question. Have you ever had a orgasm doing a love scene?
No.
What about the ones you did with me?
I had it then. I had forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mary even says her best acting job was Private Parts.
It definitely was my most fun I've ever had.
Yeah. I don't know why it was so much fun. I mean, I would imagine all these sets are fun. You know, wherever I go, it's fun. You know why? Because on this America's Got Talent, the whole crew walks around and goes, now it's fun working here.
Yeah.
So I think it's me.
It probably is you. I do think you set a tone.
You're the missing link.
But I don't
you were
understand.
nice to the crew. You made jokes. I mean, I think it was a nice work environment.
But what I do is I go out and I do America's Got Talent, and then I walk into my dressing room and I lock myself in there until the next taping. I don't know why I'd be fun.
You probably make jokes between setups, and you make fun of yourself. And
I don't. I don't know why I'm fun.
You're the same mess you are here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so not fun. People seem to have fun when I'm around. You know, I don't know why. They feel like they're having fun.
I don't know.
We had fun, but Betty Thomas was fun.
Yeah,
I mean, the whole set was fun.
Okay.
It was fun for me.
Yeah.
But I was also really young, and it was a huge job, and you were nice to me.
I took you under my wing.
You did. It was fun.
And it's warm under that wing.
It is warm, a little sweaty.
That's right. Colin, you're on the air.
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Howard, you're being a little bit soft on Mary with this whole in vitro thing.
What?
What am I going to do? Listen, I told women, don't do in vitro. What? I told Mary not to.
What is he saying, though?
Well, what I'm saying is, and I had in vitro as well, so I actually had kids in my 40s, too, so I understand the whole
process. You couldn't get pregnant?
I couldn't get pregnant, exactly.
Yeah.
But Howard, you always talk about how science is important and how people are trying to build a future.
Listen, Colin. Mary already had 2 kids. Why she neaded to put herself in danger to have yet another baby? To put chemicals into her body.
He's agreeing with you, I think.
Yes.
Why are you getting all worked up?
Because
He's agreeing.
I'm telling him. I get worked up.
I know, but he agrees.
Yes, I know.
Oh, okay.
No, I agree with you, Mary.
Oh, shit. He agrees with me. I love him.
Colin, let me tell you
That's
something.
why I wanted to get to the bottom of it.
I didn't know what his point was, but
science is out of control with this issue of babies. Everyone's got baby fever. Now, if Mary never had a baby, all right. Well, she had 2 already.
I know. I'm greedy.
If it happened.
I do love him.
Yeah, but if it happened, it happened with these babies.
Howard, do you believe in chemotherapy?
Absolutely, I do.
Okay.
You're talking about somebody who's dying. They're taking a chance at living.
And we are talking about creating life. Same thing.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
This is a very intelligent.
It is incredible.
It's a debate.
It's like 60 minutes.
Yes.
For fuck's sake.
Yes. No. Yes.
Say no again.
Hold your breath.
We need it 2 more times.
Mary, you need to give him the business a little
I know.
bit.
No,
you can't change his
it's
mind.
Wrong.
I mean,
it's wrong. It's not that. Listen, Mary has a beautiful new baby.
She's gorgeous.
Good for her.
Yeah. Listen, to each his own.
Right.
Live and let live. I mean, I probably would have been crazy without that baby.
If Mary gets cancer and dies, I'm not going to the funeral. Because I told her.
You wouldn't come anyway.
I would.
No,
but not now.
You know what? You were going to make the
stupid
monkey's excuse. The family wouldn't want it.
Right.
If you were to come to Mary's funeral.
I see. Right.
Yeah, the family doesn't want me there.
It would just be too much if I came.
I'd be there going, I told Mary not to do that. No, if you had amniocentesis, did you?
I had amnio.
Right. And if the fetus,
I had amnio with all 3 because I started having babies at 36.
If the fetus had Eric the actor's afflictions, would you have had the baby or aborted it?
I don't know what his afflictions are.
You've seen him. You know what his afflictions are. His feet go 2 different ways.
I would have had him. He's gorgeous.
You would have had the baby.
Of
then why get an amniocentesis?
I'm 12 fucking footed, you asswipe.
All right. All right, Colin, thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Colin. Thanks for the support.
That's right.
Mary.
Let's go to Phil, who wants to say hello to Mary McCormick.
Howard.
Hey now.
Hey,
Hey, I just wanted to say, I think the reason everyone has a good time on the set is because whenever you do something or you're a part of something, it's like all the pressure's on you, and you do all the worrying. So everyone else...
That's right.
They can relax, huh?
That's what it is.
Have a good time.
Believe me, yeah. Everyone go have a good time while I'm sitting in my room staring at the wall trying to keep my voice.
So angry.
Right. Oh, I'm so angry.
You're furious.
And everybody's
I know.
having
I'm
a
furious.
good time.
Yeah. Well, Mary's actually more angry than I am. I know the real Mary.
Yeah.
Except she knows how to put on a persona for her brand. You know what I mean? She acts nice on these shows, but believe me, she's worse than I am. if she actually...
If you could get the real Mary.
Oh, you would love the real Mary. That's why she's biting her nails right now.
Sure. I'm like...
She's eating her fingers. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, the woman, you have a negative attitude, too.
Sometimes.
When we work together...
I can get angry.
When we work together, we would sit there and fucking fry people.
Oh, my.
I mean, it was unbelievable.
Oh, no,
and then she would, put on one scene. She had to be pregnant.
Yeah,
she'd go out and smoke a cigarette while she was pregnant.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, to get people's reactions on the street.
Oh my god! I had a
It was funny though because I was like 9 months pregnant.
Right.
Like
Yes.
the pregnancy pad was huge, and we were shooting on the Upper West Side.
Yeah, and
which like the mommies, like even if the mommy, remember the looks the mommies would give me if I
Right.
ripped a smoke.
I had a friend who did that for real. She was a smoker, and she did not stop smoking during her first pregnancy.
Well, she showed them.
And
Yep.
people would come up to her and say something, and she would put the cigarette down by her belly and say, have a couple of...
Well, you know what?
Ash. She should ash on it.
So imagine we're shooting this movie. Mary's in a pregnancy, like a fat
Like the
suit.
fat
Like a
suit,
fat
yes.
suit. She goes down on the street. She says, watch this. She lights a cigarette. I go, Mary, you don't smoke. She goes, yeah, but for this, I'm doing it. She lights a cigarette, and she's puffing away. And these women would walk by and say shit to her.
Oh, yeah, everybody thinks they have a right.
Yeah, I
to
love
say
that.
Oh yeah,
something.
no, the fetus is everybody's.
It was great. It was funnier than the movie.
No.
Matt, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Derek.
Hi.
Were you able to achieve an orgasm while you were pregnant?
Yes.
Sure.
Oh, fantastic.
Why not?
Cool.
Wow.
Awesome.
Well, the women have more juices when they're pregnant, from what I read.
It's like climbing on at the Wet and Wild. It's a
That's right.
Oh, my.
Well, Mary, anything else you want to say about the show? All right.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think
Tune
you got
in.
it all
Tune
out
in
there.
and watch. It's fun.
You'll be. It's a shoot 'em up. It's great.
We have 8 more. Our final season is 8 episodes.
Mary is an officer of the law. What do they call that?
I'm a U.S. Marshal.
U.S.
And
Marshal.
the show's about witness protection.
Right, and she takes these people and gives them a new life.
Yeah.
And,
And then tries to keep them on the straight and narrow and
That's
keep them
right.
from getting killed.
And they're
Yeah.
usually sort of,
Go ahead, Rick.
Hey, thanks, King. Mary, were you spanked growing up, and do you like to have your ass spanked now?
I was not spanked growing up.
But
I
yes
mean,
to now, right?
Well, sure.
Do you allow your husband to spank you?
No. I think
No.
I would laugh if someone. tried
Yeah,
to spank
Mary's not that type of girl where you could spank her and
I
then
don't think
not
so.
comment on it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you can't get into it.
I don't know. Spanking? No, I don't think so.
If I was in bed with you, I wouldn't spank you.
No.
Like, I wouldn't spank Robin. There's certain
No.
women you don't spank.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
right.
think so. And no.
Mary, what's your kingpin?
My kink pin?
No, what's your thing?
What is
What's your
your
thing in
kink?
bed?
I was
He
like,
wants
huh?
to know what your kinky thing is.
Oh.
Is there anything kinky about you?
I think I'm pretty old fashioned.
Well, you're a
Sorry.
Catholic girl. I mean,
Yeah.
there's certain rules to that.
Yeah.
Her kink is in vitro.
Yeah, that's where I get it really
Yeah.
hot.
That's it. That's as kinky as she gets.
Ooh, the cells are dividing.
What she likes to do is extract your sperm, mix them outside of her body
I
and
do.
with her eggs, and then put them back into
That's
her.
right.
How fucking wild is that? All right. Listen, Mary, we could talk all day about Jimmy's party.
But there's a lot to say.
Clooney
Did you
talk
see,
to you?
Yeah, he's
What did
lovely.
Clooney say to you?
Golly, I don't know. What did we talk about? It was
Did
so
you
long
talk to
ago, I
Stacey
remember.
Keebler, his girlfriend?
Yeah, she seems really nice.
Yeah,
I like her a lot.
she was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see
I
Julian
enjoy those
Barbary
guys.
go into the swimming
I
pool?
heard about it.
She showed up too
heard
late.
about it.
She showed up too late.
Ah.
Oh.
Within 10
I am
minutes of the
still
party.
waiting to hear
I am
exactly
so,
how that
I know. I would have
happened.
loved to have seen
Julian
that.
Barbary walked backwards into a pool.
Yeah, I would have killed to see that.
There isn't a time that woman shows up that she doesn't do
She
something.
always makes
God, what's funnier
herself-
than that too? Like not knowing you're
No.
about to go in.
One party, you weren't at the party where she vomited on the couch, were
I
you?
heard about that too.
Yeah, she vomited on the couch, and then she missed the party.
She's like Jackie O.
And then she came into the next party and immediately walked into the pool.
I know, she's a delicate flower.
Did you talk to her at all?
I didn't see her, no.
Yeah. My conversation with her was, oh, my God, my clothes were wet, but I'm still wearing them.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Mary, God bless you. So good to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You look great. You lost the
I'm
weight.
on my way.
Good for you. No, it's good. You're doing good.
I got another 10.
Another 10. All right. You'll run that
I'll
off.
get there. A couple
You know what?
months.
Run from here to New Mexico.
Right.
That's right.
I need to.
Oh, now you're done with New Mexico. The kids are going to be back in school.
We'll be in L.A. and all
You'll
in
live
one
an LA
house.
lifestyle.
Right.
And the new sitcom will be taped in L.A.?
Mm-hmm.
Right, the pilot.
Mm-hmm. The pilot will be in L.A. And then if it goes, it would be in L.A.
And now your kids will grow up in L.A.
I guess for now. I mean,
Right.
I make a living there, so I should stay put.
No, you don't have to apologize. It's
Yeah.
fine. A lot of people
Yeah,
do
I like it.
It's okay.
I like LA.
Yeah, right. We'll be back right after these words.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was fun.
Yeah, that
right?
God, these guys are everywhere. Hi.
Wait, your husband is really into photography. He's getting into it. Yeah, my headphones.
Yeah, he's really into that. Hi.
Mary.
Hi.
You're so entangled in this show. Even Eric the Midget has an obsession with you or loves you, and you're involved in his life somewhat.
Right.
What's your take on this whole Eric the Midget character? I mean, he's very polarizing.
Right. No, and I've heard him on the show a lot. I mean, I thought he was perfectly behaved when he came to work with us. So.
But you were familiar with his antics prior to his appearance?
Right, but then that Pepsi email he didn't write, and so I think there's a little bit of. There's a little bit of sort of creation around it.
Right, there's a little shtick going on with that.
Which was funny, and I think it's great radio, but I think he might be really just sweet.
And being sort of manipulated by his handlers. And
Maybe. I think he's really nice. So yeah, perhaps they're all sort of just doing bits.
Because Gary has a different take on Eric. He thinks he's this ungrateful.
I know, but maybe Gary deals with him in ways I don't. So, I certainly only talked to him for a very short time.
But in your dealings with him, he's been nothing but
Total
a charmer.
gentleman.
A Pepsi swigging gentleman.
That's right.
All right, Mary. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Gary.
Yeah.
Can I talk to you for a second about Mary's appearance?
Sure.
So, Gary, today's one of those mornings when it's as simple as you put it. A mistake is made, an omission. You forget. You're human. Were you surprised that Howard brought it up to Mary, or do you think that was inevitable?
I would have hoped he would have not brought it up to her, just because I didn't want her to feel slighted. Right. I don't mind taking the shit on the air. I've been taking shit forever, but I didn't want it to come up because I thought that Mary would go, "Oh, Gary thinks so little of me. He forgot to put me down," which isn't what it was. In fact, I saw an email where I wrote back to people, it's on the schedule, and I guess I just forgot to put it on.
It was literally like a clerical mistake or an omission.
Yes,
it had nothing to do with her familiarity with the show.
But sometimes people don't take it that way, and I just wish he wouldn't have said that because I don't want her to feel slighted. We love Mary.
Exactly, and the fact that she goes so far back with the show, she may be able to read into that. Oh, I'm sort of like a forgotten guest at
That's
this
right.
point.
That's right. In fact, Jason was nice enough to tweet, "Mary McCormick, the forgotten guest, is on," which I hate.
How can you get away with it? I mean, you could technically bust his balls for that if you wanted to, right? You could be.
Well, yeah. But by the time he tweeted it, I already, it was already up. And then if I go back and take it down, it looks worse. And it's like big conspiracy that Gary's taking down tweets. It's just not worth it.
Better just to roll with it than create another problem out of it. Do you think Mary accepted the apology or the attempted smooth over? Do you think she still feels slighted or at all?
She didn't say anything, so I'm hoping she doesn't.
All right, thanks, Gary.
I apologize. I just went off what Howard said on the air.
No.
I wasn't trying to be an asshole.
Before that, I had said to the TV guys, don't use that part about me forgetting about Mary for behind the scenes TV show. I was hoping Howard wouldn't bring it up, and I don't want Mary to see. I don't give a shit. I take a lot of shit. I don't really care. It's my mistake. But I was hoping, when Howard brought it up, I cringed because I'm like, oh, now Mary's going to think we don't think enough of her.
Okay, I only put that up after I heard Howard say it.
Okay.
You don't even seem to understand the show. You just ruin everything. You got to be funny in here. I can't wait for you guys to see this on Howard TV.
Daily shows, classics, and exclusive behind-the-scenes access.
Well, that's going to be on Howard TV.
The funniest, sexiest, most star-studded network on TV is Howard TV On Demand.
Hey Stern fans, welcome to Fine Time, the show where you, the fans, get the opportunity to ask questions and interact with your favorite Stern Show staffers, Wack Packers, and celebrity superfans. I'm your host, Rachel Fine. Now, ever since the first episode of Fine Time, fans have been writing in begging us to have today's guest on. Whether he's harassing the guys at Tradio, or annoying Ronnie in the hallways, or making sweet love to his life partner Sal, or beating on drums, or torturing his testicles, he has no doubt contributed countless numbers of hysterical moments to Stern Show history. You may love him, you may want to hug him, but you certainly don't want to smell his balls. So throw up your devil horns and say, hey, to Richard Christie. What's up, Richard?
Hey, how's it going, Rachel?
Hey.
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 Hey, hey, hey.
I had to practice your hey to be ready for today. You ready?
It sounded good.
Good.
Good
I'm
job.
glad I made it. We got a lot of questions for you. Are you ready?
I hope I don't fuck it up.
I don't think you're going to f up. I think you just be you know?
I'm not good at pop quizzes, but we'll see how
I think
do.
you're going to be fine. First question comes from @ThisIsYourHate. They ask, what young new metal bands do you love and you can't say Coheed and Cambria?
Well, I love, my favorite metal band right now is called Amon Amarth. They're not that young, they've been around for a while, but they play Viking metal, and I'm a big fan of Viking metal, and I love them. I love, let's see, I'm going to see Anthrax tonight in New York. They're not really young either. I'm kind of an old guy, so I'm a little bit of old school, but, you know, there's some new metal bands that I like. I just can't think of their names right now. See, I'm already
You're not. You'll keep us posted. You'll tweet your favorite bands.
I will do that. Yeah, absolutely.
The next question is from Justin P. Justin asks, what is the most annoying thing that Sal has ever done to you?
The most annoying thing, it was during the Artie roast. I think it's when he stuck that thermometer with on it in my mouth.
Lick my thermometer! I just licked my thermometer in his mouth!
That really pissed me off because there's a health danger in that. I mean, it was a funny prank when I saw it later, but that really pissed me off. And then he did something that made me give him a swirly, I remember too.
Sal and Richard are fighting. Stop them, will you?
What are they doing?
Oh, no, he's putting Sal's head in the toilet.
That's what Sal wanted to do to him!
Well, get his head out of the toilet. Come on.
Let him up! He's
gonna drown in the toilet.
Oh my God! So he's done a lot of things that really pissed me off, but I would say putting a stained thermometer in my mouth is tops.
You draw the line at feces. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Next question is. He asks, tell us about Charred Walls of the Dam and how that came about.
Well, Mr. Brian Slagle, thank you for being a fan. Not that I know you or anything. The name sounds familiar, but thank you for asking. Well, I've been a metal fan since I was a little kid when I first heard Quiet Riot Metal Health, and I've been hooked ever since then, and I've been in metal bands since I was, I don't know, probably 12 years old, soon after I started playing drums, and it's something that's in my blood, and I just wanted to, I've always loved writing music, and a lot of the bands I played in before I didn't get to write like the guitar riffs and a lot of the music for, so I always wanted to kind of be in charge of a band where I can also write the music, and that's why I formed Charred Walls of the Damned. And the name for the band actually came from something that happened right here in this room when Sal and I were pranking a Christian radio station. They got really pissed off at us one day and said, you know, because we were pranking them, we were going to go to hell one day and be scratching our nails on the charred walls of the Damned. So thank you, Christian Tradio, for coming up with that great band name.
That's awesome. And do you guys have a new CD coming out?
Yeah,
we
have a CD. Our second album is out right now. It's called Cold Winds on Timeless Days. Came out October of 2011, and I'm really, really proud of it. It's gotten amazing reviews, and